Doing it because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
You're afraid.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear?
Why are you holding my hand?
Where's your other hand?
Between two pillows.
Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers podcast.
Whoop, whoop. Full house tonight.
Holy crap.
Wow.
I smell testosterone. All right, guys, see you later.
I'm enjoying the game.
It's frozen in time. So, hey, Benchwarmers are back for another night of your enjoyment and more for our enjoyment.
Your enjoyment?
Your enjoyment and more of our enjoyment.
Wait, is it urine?
Urine?
Like piss enjoyment?
Urine? I don't know. I don't know what I meant.
Yeah, if you're in the shower, that's fun, but...
On your own leg?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
You know, the other night, speaking of peeing on my leg...
Yeah.
I was at the bar the other night with Mark Jankowski, and Mark Jankowski peed on my leg because I pushed him into the stall. He turned over and started peeing on my leg.
Are you serious?
So what I did is I wiped my leg with a napkin, and I rubbed it on his face and walked out.
That's your own pee.
Do you smell like Wang?
I think he thought I got bit by a jellyfish. He wasn't sure.
Moises Alou in there with you? Speaking of urine, what is in your water bottle, Willie?
Again, it's that purple crunk.
It's pink.
It's purple drank.
Oh, the purple drank.
That's weird. His urine does have a little tint like that.
Well, when you drink that much raspberry
when you bleed,
vodka.
yeah.
It's that time of the month.
Anywho, well, good show, guys. Have a good one. Anyway, got a lot to cover tonight. NFL.
That's good.
MLB, a little MLB
that'll
talk.
do it.
Good, bad, and the ugly, the usual. Let's start out how we start every week. How was this past week? We'll start with Ed tonight.
Yeah, I had a busy weekend. We had a bunch of concerts, games, but the weirdest thing happened to me today at work. I get this call out of nowhere, and it's like, "Is this Ed?" Yeah. And he's like, "This is the athletic director over at Indian Trail High School," and I'm like, "Oh shit! I better hide my laptop." You know, that's what I'm thinking right away. And he's like, "Yeah, I want to talk to you about an 18-year-old boy." I'm like, "Fuck, get rid of the laptop. Somebody grab my laptop out of the truck and throw it in the pond.
Hunter Biden this thing quick."
He's like, "Yeah, I heard you know Jace Cavilli. Burn it. Burn it."
What did you say? I deny it.
Burn it, then throw it in the pond. Yeah. And then it actually went nice. So I was like, oh shit, I ruined a laptop. That had all my good stuff on it.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, so
I had a good weekend. It was a busy Saturday. Sunday we did go to my buddy Pete's, but we did not make cider. Just couldn't find a good source for the apples. So I went up there anyway. He bought a new Traeger. We smoked a brisket. Actually, he smoked it. I just showed up to eat it.
How was it?
Great.
Did you inhale?
It was good. He like did an overnight smoke on it. Like started at midnight. We had it at like noon. So
I want to make a brisket.
It was good.
Just don't want to take a chance. I'm going to do one. I'll do one. Maybe I'll do one and we'll eat on the show.
what's just a hunk of meat? That's got to run what, $100?
Yeah, that's why I talked to some guys at golf fighting. I was a few months ago. Guys from Railroad, and guys are going to be tips. You got to have the butcher paper for sure, and you can't get like the guys like you can't just get. You got to get the butcher paper. You can't get Just any paper. It's got to be butcher paper.
Yeah, you can't use parchment.
Yeah,
paper.
you got to be careful with that and all that. You've done a brisket before, haven't you?
No, I got one in my freezer.
Oh, do you? We should do it together then.
He had
Let's
his
do it together.
he had his wrapped, and it was in an aluminum pan.
I'll give you
too.
half the money for it. We'll do it together. We'll try one. And we should
You'll
do it.
spend
That'd be
$100.
cool.
His was a 16-pound.
Yeah.
And it was over.
The one thing I
$100.
was told by the one guy, he was adamant about this: if you can't touch both ends of the brisket, it's not worth making. Something about the thickness. But he said you can still cut it in half when you get home and freeze it. But you got to have something about. He said if you can't touch both ends when you roll it, like bend it, not to use it. But then he said you can go home and cut it in half and whatever you want to cook. But it's something maybe about how thick it. I don't know. That's what he adamant. He goes, but you can cut it in half and freeze it. You just gotta make sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
the only thing I thought it was really good. The only thing he said he was like, I'm kind of disappointed in it, and I'm like, what? It tastes great. He's like, I think I trimmed too much fat off of it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be careful.
Because you want that fat for the flavor.
I like a little fat ring on it, I think.
He's got to make sure you get the silver.
Because you could always cut that, trim that off after it's done, right? I mean, it's just going to basically.
Well, it's supposed to melt and give
just
it flavor.
going to melt in.
It's called rendering.
Rendering. Yeah, sure.
I like it on there sometimes, just a little bit, not too much, obviously.
Yeah, like Willie said, you cut the silver skin off, but you leave the fat.
Not to throw Glenn under the bus, but this commercial scared the shit out of me. Said,
"Oh my god,
that is a freaky ass commercial."
And it's just stuck here now.
You know, he told me we were talking about it. He goes, "Yeah, I saw a commercial. I was sitting at the planning desk at my house doing some work, and it was like at night, nobody was up, and anything came on, and I got the creeps. I was like, from a commercial." He goes, "Yeah,
deliciously creepy."
No, not yet.
Watch it.
What's it's called Smile.
Yeah.
It looks like Carrie or something. Like she's
smile
burning buildings and
the
stuff.
The smile is the demon that possesses the face.
Ooh,
it's
really?
The commercial's pretty wicked.
I don't like those demon ones like the Omen and stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch those either.
I don't like those possession ones.
Scares the shit out of me.
I'm watching Dahmer right now, but at least I know.
I heard, Jenny said that she's read like it's right.
It's
disgusting.
Weird.
Like
yeah,
weird
how
crazy.
They let
And there's
people
some things that
off.
aren't right.
Yeah. I still want to watch it because obviously it was part of.
He was disgusting.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
Wisconsin's history.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. But I thought I saw something where they like the main detective. I can't remember his name now. Mark something. Like he's a white guy in real life, but they made a black actor play him.
Oh really? Yeah. I didn't even notice.
Well, I can't remember who it is. That somebody was friends with one of the detectives or one of the cops on the case. And I don't know if it was the head guy, the guy you're talking about, but supposedly that guy, I mean, he tried to work for a couple more years after that and he couldn't do it. He ended up committing suicide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because he just couldn't
that
get all that shit. Couldn't get all that shit out of his head.
Yeah, people don't take that into account when you're talking about cops and everything. But if a guy he's a hardened cop, he's seen a lot.
Sure.
And that probably was, he probably had more going on, but that was.
Can you imagine walking in that place? I mean,
they said they were like they go through it like I think it's the second episode when the cops go in and they're like, oh, there's a, or he's talking to actually the dad. I don't want to give it all away.
No, yeah, because it sounds. What is it on?
Everyone knows the Dahmer.
Yeah,
Netflix. What's it on? It's
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Yeah, but like the cops interviewing his dad in the interview room, and he's like, well, your son had a head and a bunch of limbs and bones in the drawer and at least 3 bodies and a dude. It's
not my little Jeffy.
That's what he said. It was just like that. He's like, Jeff was a nice boy, but
you know how he died, right?
Yeah, a guy beat him up with
beat the shit out of him
at the prison.
They raped him with a broom handle to death.
In that same prison, I was working, and I was out in the yard, the general yard. So I was in general population walking around there, and I had like a 90-year-old woman was my prison guard, so I could go out there and paint door frames and like rails.
You must have felt good.
Yeah, so I'm, I got a roll pole and stuff, and I'm
roll pole.
With a 90-year-old lady, you rolled pole. Holy cow.
So I'm sitting there, and I.
What end did you use?
Just happened to look. I'm painting this door, and I turn around and I look, and you can't see a guard tower. I was like in a blind area.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if anybody even comes, these guys killed Dahmer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do to a cute white boy like me? It's like,
story is though,
I'll be sexually assaulted on my butt again, like I was this weekend.
One of the victims' families paid the guy who killed him's family.
Yeah, probably
for him to do that because the guy was never getting out anyways.
That's a great deal. I mean, I like that deal. Why not?
Hey, look at the money they saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, save taxpayers.
Yeah, that prison was pretty hardcore though.
Where was this at?
Columbia and Portage.
Yeah, I was gonna say Portage. I thought, was he there the whole time, or did he get transferred at one point?
I don't know.
He was
I haven't got
Portage.
to that part in the show yet. I'm only in like the 4th
I
episode.
thought for some reason they transferred him, and that made the whole thing even more suspicious. That
Yeah.
got transferred, and then that guy ended up.
Yeah, because then the guards or somebody was in on it or something.
Yeah.
And then Epstein hung himself.
That's in there.
That
too?
was the most suspicious part of it.
That's in there.
No, I don't know.
He did hang himself.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Sure.
Glenn, how was your week?
I had a busy week. I was at a conference in Orlando. 4,000 geeks walking around, and when they walk around, they stare at their phone the entire time, not paying any attention
That's
to where
just
they're
like
going.
all of American society.
Or how slow. Well, it's amplified when you get around
when
nerds.
you're a tech.
Yeah, tech nerds. But yeah, I got to do quite a bit.
Anybody walk in here then?
No, I was very frustrated walking around them. I walked at a normal pace because I wasn't looking at my phone, but probably every 10 steps I had to dart one way or the other just to get around some idiot either standing in the middle of the aisle or...
At the Bears game, I had 2 people just walk straight into me like full blast. Luckily, I'm a fat man. They bounced off, and both apologized instantly, but they were like oblivious to me walking there. So that's why I was wondering if you were just knocking nerds over like Homer Simpson when he just plowing them over.
But I mean, I'm essentially a nerd by being there, right?
This wasn't you at the President's Cup?
That was awesome. I saw that. That was crazy.
What was this guy? He's just like, here's the opportunity right here. I'm lifting up my shirt. I see the camera.
That's
the money shot.
Country Club Oilers jersey right there.
That guy wouldn't even fit the Oilers jersey.
No, he's got you destroyed.
He might fit it. You never know.
I don't think it would be under his nipples. I've got nipples, Greg.
Yeah, can you milk me?
I covered the nipples at least.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Speaking of nipples.
Good week in Florida. I actually got to go to a college football game. That was fun.
Nice.
Georgia Tech at UCF. UCF won.
Got Tech, huh?
Yeah.
You're going to give us the rundown on the game? Because I missed it.
They call them the Cardiac Knights at UCF because they'll play like shit until like the very end. But they actually played pretty decent.
Don't they have a national championship?
They do. They claim they do.
With a guy that just got canned from Nebraska.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
He should have stayed there.
Never left.
Should have stayed there.
So, day before the game, I was in an Uber, and the guy graduated from UCF, and he said that's kind of embarrassing that their fan base will not let that go. So
yeah, because they went undefeated and didn't make the Final Four, correct? That was the story.
They didn't get into the BCS undefeated, and then they beat, I believe it was Auburn in their bowl game, and Auburn had beaten Alabama that season. So in essence, in their mind, they beat the national champions.
And if I remember, they beat them pretty good too. I think they beat Auburn pretty good.
Well, remember that team went 22-0, so they went undefeated that entire season, including bowls. And then the next season they lost in their bowl game because their big D guy, can't remember his name, but he blew out his knee 2 games prior.
And there's some NFLers from that team.
Yeah,
that was a legit.
Yeah, that was
he should have never left it. I thought that was he wanted to go to his alma mater, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, but get your ass canned.
Yeah, so I don't know.
The college vibe in sunny Florida is way different than the college vibe in Madison.
So. Yeah.
So,
or Michigan.
Yeah, shitty Michigan.
How are the male cheerleaders there? Were they pretty good?
There were none. How about that?
All right, hey,
good.
Hey now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Willie?
What are we talking about here?
What'd you do this
week?
What
the hell did I do this week?
Willie, where are they now?
Where are they now? They're somewhere.
It's going to flip over a table. Oh, there it goes again.
What the heck happened this?
Why not us?
Why not us? Exactly. Let's see what I do. I worked and I worked a lot this weekend. I went up to Door County and did a couple of events up there.
Are they paying you for this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was starting to think they're taking advantage of you.
Well, they do take advantage of old people up there.
Do they pay you in cash or just alcohol and food?
They pay him in trinkets.
Both.
Trinkets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
hey, look what I found in the yard here. It looks like it might be valuable.
Here, Willie, here's some beard beads.
Here's a in ocean glass.
Here's a garden gnome that looks just like you.
We'll take you to Wilson's for an ice cream cone with a jelly bean in the bottom.
And we're going to tell them you own it. And I may believe it.
It's named after you.
Look, we bought you an ice cream place.
Here's
really? Can I have whatever I want?
Do you have the title? Do you have the title? No, but you don't need it.
No,
it's your place.
Hey guys, he owns this place.
Right?
Wink really loud.
Yeah, wink.
What are you saying wink for?
Oh, that's his name, Wink.
That's your manager's name is Wink.
Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
They do that. They do that for all the homeless guys that walk around.
Yeah. Free ice cream for everybody.
So that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. So, I went. I was at the Indian Trail football game this weekend on Friday. Then I went to concert on Sunday or Saturday. Shinedown and Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll, very good act. Kid Rock, Chris Stapleton. Mix, I would say, almost.
Really?
You're a very talented fellow.
He was like a country fat rapper.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. Yeah, check him out. He's very good. He was solid. Yeah, I go see him again. Shinedown was really good. Jackal was before them. We saw them. They were very good. Yeah. Thank you to Carl for getting us tickets. Wurtzler from
he hooked us up.
FM Entertainment, I think, is the main company.
Where was this concert? Where was that?
Lake County Fairgrounds.
Really?
Yeah, so it was a good time. We had fun. And then Sunday I went to the Bears game. And then actually last Thursday I golfed in a golf outing. Me and my team shot 21 under. It was pretty nice.
Really?
A lot of cheats.
Where was that again? I thought
Evergreen
in Elkhorn.
Yes,
we drove past there yesterday.
It's a nice course.
It looks awesome.
We should go golf it sometime.
Yeah,
nice.
Logan and I drove because Logan and I went from Madison to Lake Geneva. We played in Lake Geneva yesterday. Yeah. And on our way, we're like, oh, my God, look at this course. Yeah. And there's nobody on it right now. It was dead because the storm was coming, which we ended up playing played like 15 holes and then cleared out of there before the storm. But, yeah, I noted that down. I'm like, what is this course? This is awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice course. I've golfed that outing probably 4 times in the last 6 years. I missed.
Yeah.
We golfed there. We have always groups that go out there, but I had to miss because I was out of town for work, and I went for my honeymoon to Key West.
So you guys are 20
anniversary to Key West.
You guys are 21 under. What was the other teams?
The winner was 25 under.
Okay?
There was cheats in it. There's like you get a beef stick, and how if you leave putt short, you can use that beef stick to get closer. There was a glove you could use and throw your ball closer. Each guy got a glove.
Yeah.
So we used the cheats like
nice.
You did. 21. We actually parred hole, so we used the cheats very well. I actually putted really well that day. Is
that putter working out well?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
You got a new putter?
Yeah. Beginning of the season, I did. Yeah, I got one.
And you pointed at Willie. Did you buy him a putter?
$99. It was like it's a knockoff.
Scotty Cameron.
It's $99 at Costco. It was
really.
Yeah, it's nice thick handle. I had to get used to it, but one of those things I refuse to go back to my old putter just because I'm not going.
You got to learn, right?
Yep. Just like when people don't use their driver, they say I'm not using my driver. I gotta use your driver.
Aren't those Scotty Camerons real heavy? Like the head is real heavy. Is that what?
Weigh a lot of weight. They got weights you can buy for them.
Yeah, and I left it the way it is. I'm not adding weights to it. I'll just learn how to use it. But it's a nice putter. It got a good feel to it and stuff. It's solid. Yeah, I like it.
It swings. Nice.
Swing.
But besides, that's what I did. That's what my story was because I ended up bidding on a Members Mark 22-inch flat top griddle and got it for $125. Normally $200. So I saved. So I got it. Used the tailgate the other day.
It was awesome.
Made some Philly cheesesteaks on it.
So it's like a Blackstone then?
Yeah, it's 20. It's like this wide. And I did green. I did everything.
It's got the green propane tanks for it, though.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's perfect for tailgating.
Yeah, you can buy an adapter so you can use regular.
Did you just?
Right.
Did you have to season it a lot before you?
We did. Him and Carl helped me out. We burned off the oil and we seasoned it for like about a half hour. It took total.
That's it. Yeah. And you just did it there while you were.
And now it's seasoned up good because we cooked a lot of
shit on it.
Yeah, green pepper, onions, put some steak on there, a little seasoned salt. Came out pretty good.
So it's just
garlic toast.
Is it just a tabletop one? Like
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can set it on my deck if I want to use it.
Did you get the stand?
That's what I was looking.
No, I didn't. I can look it up, but I can set it on my table back there.
I just got one the Friday before I left.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Monday before I left. The in-laws got it for me for my birthday.
We were talking about that.
So I got the stand in the hood.
Have you used it yet?
No, it's still sitting. No, because I left. Right
oh,
away.
duh, yeah. Yeah, so it's
right,
nice.
So coming over.
I'm actually planning on doing football
he said.
this weekend outside by the fire pit.
Oh, really?
So maybe I'll do like brunch on that, and then I'm going to smoke some wings for dinner.
What's it? This is happening this weekend at your house?
Sure. Come on over.
Oh,
I've never. That's the first time he's ever invited me over. He's been to my house like 20 times.
What time on Sunday?
Whenever. Football starts at noon.
I got 2 things on Sunday already.
Come over.
What are their names?
Oh my God.
What is his name?
It's my mom's birthday.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
And also, he has to bleach his butthole.
Yeah, he's got to make it look shiny.
In preparation.
It's called the Shiny Heiny.
In preparation, H.
You're giving away all my secrets.
That's in Impractical Jokers. That's the actual device. It's called Shiny Heiny.
Can I just say something? That is officially the longest opening.
It was good though
in podcast history.
It's only been.
What do you mean?
20 minutes.
That's the show.
We lost all 0 listeners during that.
You know what happened? The fans could do a good, bad, and ugly from our opening.
Right?
That's going to be my ugly as our opening.
The good was Ed's shiny butthole. I don't know what the bad and ugly were.
So let's start with good, bad,
It's
and
like the
ugly.
North Star.
Let's go to good, bad, and the ugly. The wise men went to the North Star. South Star. I don't know.
And he lost the ball.
Anyway, so let's go with good, bad, and ugly. We'll start with Willie. Let's go with the ugly tonight.
The ugly tonight, I'm going to go with, I think everybody saw this. Ken Dorsey going ape shit, smashing his computer, throwing the papers all over the. He just went nuts, and then he had a buddy that covered up the camera for him.
That was a good heads up.
That was some good heads up there, because I would have loved to have seen how this all ended up here. But, I'd have been pissed too.
He probably burned his laptop too.
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Glenn, you got something?
Without prepping, I'd say the ugly are the Raiders so far, 0-3. Big Devontae supposed to come and take them to the promised land, and I mean, you can't put all your money into one player and think Carr's going to be a better quarterback because you got a good receiver.
None of their players. I mean, Jacobs hasn't been doing nothing. Was that Max Crosby? Hasn't? I don't think he's made any impact yet.
Yeah, their defense was not as good as last year.
Yeah, they had a ton of sacks.
A little more. Well, I mean, they had Arizona. They should beat Arizona, and then they had week 1. Who they play week 1? I forgot.
It was a tough
Chargers.
Game. Yeah,
it was
Chargers.
Yeah,
it was a back and forth game. So they haven't been I think they lost 3 games by a total of 13 points. So it's
And
not
then
like they're
they-
out there getting their, but they are losing. That's
Didn't they
the key.
come back a little bit yesterday? Who'd they play
Yeah,
yesterday?
24-22 they ended up losing.
Yeah, that was
so,
it.
Yeah. So they had a chance. It's one of those things. I mean, it's tough. And
Hey, and it's Josh McDaniel. When's the last time he won a?
Yeah.
He's 0-3.
Yeah,
but you're 0-3, and that's a tough division, man. It's going to be tough.
I think he lost the last 2 games with the Broncos. So
No, he lost the last 6 games with the Broncos. Didn't he?
You think?
Because
It might be. You might
he
be
had
right
that
there.
6-0 start. I remember that. Then they kind of floundered a little bit in the middle, and then he went on a 6-game losing streak, and they didn't even make the playoffs after starting 6-0. Right? Did he only coach 1 season too?
Yeah, he was out pretty quick.
2009, 2010.
And then Elway came
Cutler.
in and fired him, or right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Cutler got traded because of him.
Yep.
That's why Cutler got traded to the Bears because McDaniel didn't get. Came in right away and said something. Cutler's like, I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this.
Because he had Tebow. He had the year with Tebow, right?
Well,
and then they restructured and brought Manning in.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not going to have McDaniels here for this.
Yeah. Well, was he with Tebow?
I believe he was. Well, no, because that
No.
team made the playoffs.
Yes.
And McDaniel
they beat the
didn't.
Steelers. They even won a playoff game.
So it was maybe the year after he got fired.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was. They got Tebow and they whatever.
Who
yeah.
was the coach?
They
brought.
Well, what's the name there? Was it the ex?
Oh,
coordinator?
yeah, the guy. Yeah,
Gary Kubiak.
Kubiak. Yep.
Kubiak
Yep.
might have been the guy at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We pieced it all together.
Yeah, it was like a puzzle. Well, it worked out. So you're ugly. Glenn said it one already. I'm sorry. You said
I'm ugly?
Don't call him ugly.
Eric.
My ugly is it's just so obvious that what the Buckeyes did to the Badgers on Saturday night was just ugly. I mean, once it got to 21-0 with like 30 seconds into the game, I'm like, Logan, we're going downstairs, shoot some pool, play some ping pong, and watch the President's Cup.
Yeah,
because I was just done. I was just done with it. It's ridiculous.
I was like, that's 19 points. They're gonna cover it. And Jace looks it up and he goes, it's 28-7 and it's early. And he goes, and they just got the 7. I'm like, oh, they ain't gonna keep that 19.
I don't even know what the final score was.
I don't either.
54-21.
21.
They ended up getting 21 points.
Yeah,
huh?
21-52.
Yeah, so they didn't cover the 19 even or the 29.
18.5 when it's kicked off.
Yeah.
I'll do this.
Benchwarmers hot seat.
I like it.
Paul Christ is gonna be on his way out. I think. It's not working at this point.
How about Jim Leonard replacing him?
I don't know who will, but they're. I don't know what they're going to do. It's
Barry
not
Alvarez.
working. The problem is they've had this the last 4 or 5 years. They struggle with the better teams usually, and that's the problem. I mean, you got to be able to beat those teams. Now you never know. Well, this year was your chance. No, not this year. I'm sorry, it's coming up. So the problem is for Chris is that if he were to stick around, he's got a better chance to make the 8-team or 12-team.
Yeah, and
or
that's not going to happen.
35-team playoff. But do they win a game in that? I mean, they play.
Well, we looked at the schedule. Andrew and I, who former Badger, we looked at the schedule, and he's like, "Watch, they'll probably win out." There's nothing there other than their toughest opponent the rest of the way is Minnesota. So there's still a chance that they'll win that side, and then they'll play the Buckeyes, or actually probably Michigan, right?
I don't know.
They don't play them this year.
No, in the Big Ten championship.
Big Ten.
They just tend to lose game. I don't know. I think they lose a couple more games actually. I think they do. There's right now.
They'll lose one that you don't. They'll lose to like Illinois.
They've only had their only wins. Are they 2-2?
They have. Yeah, they're 2-2.
Well, they lost to Washington State.
They won the opener, and then they won. Then Washington State's a good team. They are.
Yeah, they had Oregon on the ropes.
Yeah, they're a good football team. So if they get through it, they lost to two good football teams, and they end up winning for some reason, winning out. Then whatever.
Yeah,
they'll get back in the top 25, and then what will happen is Paul Chryst won't get fired. Then he won't get fired.
If he wins the Big
Ten, and they'll beat Iowa like 15-12.
Yeah, something
because of 5 field goals versus 4 field goals.
It'll be a scoregasm game.
But yeah, Graham Mertz is not the answer, and he's got another year of eligibility.
Well, I think the kid from Franklin might be starting next year. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
it'd be nice to see somebody else start. I'm done with Graham Mertz.
And you never know. The kid played already a couple times this year. He came in mop-up duty in both games, I think. So maybe at the end of the year he might be playing.
I know they have some.
If you lose a couple games and you're like, oh well, we can't. Let's put this kid in and see what he can do.
They have some recruits I know that are real interested in. I mean, some top level recruits that want to play at Wisconsin for some crazy reason, at quarterback, which is beyond me. Well, I guess why wouldn't you? You know what?
Wouldn't you?
If you're that guy, you're like, you know what? They haven't had a good quarterback. I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the great quarterback at Wisconsin because they haven't had one since Russell Wilson.
It's been Russell Wilson.
Yeah, they had a guy for 1 year, and look
that's
what
the
they
answer
did.
to the question. That answer to the question is Russell Wilson. That's it. That's the only answer to the question.
Wisconsin never got a legit quarterback. They would probably win pretty much all their games except maybe one.
Comes down to recruiting, right?
Yeah. I mean,
is Chris a good recruiter? I mean, it's
Obviously
not always
not.
him. I mean, you have to other guys that have to be pretty well at the art of persuasion. You know.
I mean, and a lot of times the coordinators are doing a lot of the recruiting as well. I mean, the defense is. I mean, obviously it wasn't good enough. I mean, they gave up 50-some points. So I mean, is Jim Leonard the answer?
I don't know.
If his squad's given up 54 points.
You see, part of the problem is you see these teams, the Georgias or LSU's. They have like 9 quarterbacks, and then they transfer to all the other teams after they're in there. I don't know why any of these kids would go to those programs knowing they're going to have to compete with 7 other top guys for a single position like quarterback.
Because it's those programs.
Well, that's what they
they're
think.
Going
yeah,
because somebody's
exactly.
shaking their hands with $1,000.
Exactly.
And
now it's legal.
Now it's all legal.
So it makes it harder.
Now they're going to do the
make it harder
commercial for the local
now.
dealership and make $1 million.
It'll make it harder or maybe easier for Wisconsin. I don't know. It depends. I mean, I just think that if you're looking, I mean, I know everybody's on TV now, but I mean, you get in the SEC and you're playing with Alabama and all those guys. You can go if you play for a team that gets to play Alabama, you can beat Alabama.
Well, that's their NFL.
You beat a team that has 8 starters on defense that are going to be drafted in the first 2 rounds in the NFL, and you beat that team. Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Joe Burrow is a perfect example.
Yeah,
that year he had was incredible, and I mean he's a good NFL.
Well, and look at Georgia. Georgia cashed it in last year with beating or winning the national championship.
Kind of shows you can beat. You're competitive in big situations, and you can do it, and you actually are part of the win, not just a facilitator of it. I mean, I don't know. I think it's tough for Wisconsin just to battle. I mean, it's tough. I mean, because you got to get the stigma off that. Yeah, I want to go to school that runs the ball 40 times a game. Yeah. Well, we're not going to. We promise. And then the quarterback gets there, and no matter who they had.
And he looks at the offensive lineman and he's like, you guys are running the ball.
Even Russell Wilson, he threw, but they ran the ball a ton with him too. It wasn't like they just said, oh, yeah, we're going to throw it 100 times a game or 50, whatever, 50. But
they had a giant offensive line.
They always do.
Yeah.
Russell was a diamond in the rough.
And he knew what he was doing
through it. Yeah.
And he knew what he was doing. He was going there to play. He wanted a competitive team, and they found one team that he could – and he wanted to start that year. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't coming out as like a 5-star guy from North Carolina State, so he's like, "Oh, I'll take my chances," and that's why it worked out for him because
he still lost some big games though too.
Yeah. They could have been a national championship.
That should have been a national championship team.
That's the thing. College football's so fickle though; it's game to game, especially. You see, I thought this weekend was going to be when I started seeing scores. I thought this weekend was going to be that weekend. Like upsets, but there wasn't as many upsets. It started out crazy, but not as crazy. I thought it was like upsets. You start seeing it.
Was that a negative for you guys?
You thought Michigan was going to get beat, didn't you?
Yeah, no, well, yeah. I was watching. I'm like, man, Maryland was kind of controlling the ball, and in the second half, they kind of took over on them.
Is that a negative for you guys as for college football, as a college football fan? The fact that it is so fickle. You lose one game, and you're like, your season's over.
Yeah, I think adding the extra teams in a
It
playoff,
drives me
the 8
crazy.
to 12 team, 8 teams.
That'll help,
That'll
yeah.
help. It will help but you're still. I mean,
But now you're like, okay, I can't lose 2 games.
and the problem with college football, though, certain teams are allowed to lose a game, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If
Ohio
you're
State,
top
Alabama.
top 5, and you're playing another top 10 team and you lose, you know what?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, all right.
Alabama
because they
lose
look at
LSU,
at
they
who
can still,
you beat. You know,
not
if you
LSU,
beat a
but
bunch
Georgia,
of top 5
yeah,
teams, top 10 teams, and then you lose to one, well, so be it.
But I guess as the year goes on, you earn that too. Like Georgia right now, if they were to steamroll and they lost to Alabama last game, which you don't play Alabama, but if they were to lose Alabama last game, they're still going to make. They're still going to make the fight. They're still going to make the turn. They're still going to make the Final Four because they've been steamrolling teams. Now that's you're going to watch. It's going to be that weekend where they're going to lose someone like, well, how the hell they lose to them? Yeah. But it happens, man.
Yeah, it's true.
It's insane.
Earlier, you were talking about competing with like the SEC, and there's so much money down there. That is their NFL. They don't have like a huge NFL following down in those areas like we do up here. The NFL's everything up here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got their Friday night lights in Texas. Their Saturdays are huge. Up here, we're like, oh, this is where NFL's from. You know, it was born here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a different animal. I mean, how
true.
can they compete? You know, you got car dealerships, slipping high school kids money down there.
Yeah.
Up here, high school kids are like, I don't know.
Hey,
We
they don't even
go to
slip
the
it to
game.
me anymore. They just tell them straight out. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can
and
just
then
do it.
and then you have
NIL,
and then on the other side though, you have a city like Columbus, Ohio, which is huge. It's a big city. It does not have an NFL team.
No, and it's on an island.
It's on an island, so all those boosters, all that money, all that attention gets put on that program.
Yeah,
like Michigan, they don't have an NFL team.
I know I know Columbus is big, but they have 2 football teams in the state. I mean, you're still talking Bengals.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I lived in Columbus for 4 years.
Sorry to hear that.
People there do not give a shit about the Bengals and the Browns. You'll find a few here and there, but really all the people I knew, Steeler fans, this, that, I mean, it was all over the board.
I would say the Browns have a pretty good following.
At the
that
time,
part of the state,
time that I lived there, the Browns didn't exist.
Oh, okay. They were gone.
They just came back.
Okay.
Cincinnati doesn't even have an international airport.
No shit. Yeah.
No shit.
The natty.
You're bad or ugly.
Well, Jesus, I forgot what we were doing here.
You're ugly.
That's mean.
Last week, Oregon, BYU, Oregon fans chanting, fuck the Mormons. A chant during the game. Absolutely despicable if you think about it, because if it, replace Mormon with Jew or, Muslims or, I don't know, Catholics.
Right.
Jesus, that would be on every number one thing about, but yeah, so I wasn't real happy with that.
That is ugly.
You know, I want to see the BYU game one of these days.
What?
Everybody shows up in white shirts and black ties.
Carrying a book.
Witness night.
With a name tag.
The theme
Bible
is witness.
like this.
It's the witness day.
Or the Book of Mormon like this.
Yeah.
And bikes.
That's funny.
Other bikes are.
I had two of those bikers come up to me in Florida.
Did you really?
Yeah, with the name tag and everything.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be great to
That's
do
awesome.
that?
They're nice guys. They're always nice.
Absolutely.
To you.
Yeah, they're very, very
put it
sociable.
Put it in the suggestion box. Let's see what they say. My ugly's going to be kind of off Willie. The clock management by the Bills, losing 3 points in the first half and possibly 3 points in the game, losing 21 to. They would have kicked field goal 1 at 21-19 or 2019.
He should know.
The field goal would have won the game. So, but yeah, that's my ugly clock management. And I think that was Ken Dorsey's overall frustration happening twice in a game is not. You just can't. It's an NFL team. You have to know the situation, especially in where every win is so important. Home field advantage. They could lose home field advantage because of that game at one point. Yeah. You never know. So, going through Buffalo in January is going to be a tough deal.
Well, it went through Tennessee last year, didn't it?
Yeah. Tennessee and the Packers were number ones last year. Yeah. So I
just
believe,
read-
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Tennessee, jeez.
So
Yeah,
just
because
read
that was the first. I'm sorry,
mess.
I've not bring that up from the week one. That was the first time that both number one seeds lost in week one in like 20 years or something like that.
Oh,
number one seeds from the year before.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, Tennessee and the Packers. I was like,
Packers breaking records again.
with Tennessee, they teamed up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glenn. You were going to say.
I just read an article about the flip side of that play where he didn't get out of bounds. I guess Xavier Howard took a great angle to prevent him from getting out of bounds, so he tried to cut it so he can go upfield, and that's when they got him.
Yeah, he could have bowed around, I think, though. You got to run backwards to get that.
Yeah.
Run backwards
You
and
have
run
to.
forwards. And I think his vision got weird on him. And the clock, it's all about that point. In your head, you got to know we have to get out of bounds. Because you have to know that if I'm going out of bounds, we are not spiking this ball. We have no chance. They didn't have no chance. He caught the drop back with 11 seconds left, 12 seconds left. You have to get out of bounds. That's plain and simple. Maybe that's part of Josh Allen's fault, too. He shouldn't have dumped it there. Maybe he should have threw it out of bounds and maybe lived to see another play. I don't know. So maybe that's what Dorsey was mad about, too. Maybe mad about
and there was a penalty.
Josh Allen's decision.
And there was that penalty, too.
Well, his explanation was it was just the passion of his guys giving him 90 minutes or 90 plays because they had 90 plays in that game and coming up empty, so he was just disappointed.
Yeah.
But that's his public
Well,
reason.
he's not going to tell you exactly. That's all locker room.
It was like they had like 90 plays to like 30.
39.
63 passing plays, I thought, or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
90 to 39 plays. That's.
We were talking about this. We heard it in the car after the Bears game. Allen in that game has quite a few more completions in that game than Fields has all year, and same thing with like attempts in one game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, he might not even catch him after one more game. His arm's going to be sore.
Yep.
That's like Nolan Ryan just
Pitch
out there
count.
just throwing balls all day.
Bad.
I'm going to go with the spatial awareness of our man, most expensive backup quarterback in the NFL, Jimmy Garoppolo. The only guy he made really happy was Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Because he was talking, I don't know if you saw his tweet. Finally,
Same with the butt punt this week.
Yeah, there you go.
Dolphins butt punt.
Yeah, Sanchez can quit now.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a butt fumble?
Dolphins. He punted off his the up man's butt.
Okay.
Out of the back of the end zone, so it was a safety. And actually, God, they're lucky
It
that
worked
one
better.
straight up.
Yeah.
Right.
And it would have been the dogs. I'm like, holy crap! I mean, spacing was really weird. The guy like stepped 2 steps back, which he should never step back.
Yeah.
Because you got to know where you are. It's not the punter's fault. So I don't know. So whatever. So yeah. So that was your ugly or bad?
That was my bad.
Bad.
Spatial awareness.
Spatial
Bad.
awareness.
Bad.
Bad spatial awareness.
I'm going to go with the Bucks-Packers game. It was supposed to be the battle of the GOATs. Only the 5th time that Brady and Rodgers have met. It could be the last time, and,
Yep,
and it
could
turned
be.
out being a more defensive game than an offensive game. So I think a lot of people were disappointed in that, but obviously around here, the Packer fans were okay with the outcome.
No, win's a win.
Yep.
As good as their offense looked the first couple drives, it was like it was a strange game.
I'll give credit to Tampa. They adjusted well defensively. They really did. And I think the Packers gave up on the run too easy. I know the run wasn't quick, but they were still getting a few yards, and they just kind of were run, pass, run, pass.
I would say the positive is, if you're a fan of either one of those teams, both the defenses played really well.
Yeah.
So that was only the second time Aaron Rodgers has beaten Tom Brady.
Yep.
It's crazy.
So he's 2-3.
Yeah, I think it's 2 and 3.
Oh, okay. So
They said they'd only played each other 5 times.
I guess all those years of the Patriots.
Yeah,
I remember going to a Packer-Patriot game that we lost. That might have been the Favre era, though.
Well, they lost that one game. Then
Brady's been playing for 40 years.
It was a
hasn't
Sunday
he?
night game or a Monday night game, and didn't that lineman take a pooch kick from Packers did a pooch kick, and the guy ran it down to the 1 yard line?
But that was Matt Flynn almost.
No,
beat
that was maybe that might have been a backup day.
Matt Flynn had to come in because one of Rodgers.
Oh yeah, it might
he
have
had
been
like a 1-game injury. And
Yeah.
Flynn came in and lit it up and almost beat the Patriots.
Yeah, that was that great. So it wasn't far. It wasn't Rodgers then. Yeah,
Isn't it? Didn't he set like Packers records? In
Well, that
game?
was the line. That was against the Lions.
Oh, that was
that was week 17.
6 or 7 touchdowns in a game. Or
that was their 15-1 year where they shit the bed in the playoffs.
You're bad.
You're not
Eric.
bitter.
My bad is Carson Wentz, and not just saying that because I picked him up in week 2 after he had a great week 1 because I had to because Dak's out, but. He had 18 incompletions yesterday and just was terrible. Absolutely nothing going. I don't know what their solution is there if they're going to stick with him the whole rest of the year, but it just seems like he's inefficient as a quarterback. I know we've gone back and forth over the years on Carson Wentz. Everybody thought he was going to be good last year with the Colts, and I kind of did too. And it seems like he's just kind of a bust at this point.
Oh, nobody's going to expound on that?
No, I mean,
You're right, Eric.
No,
okay.
He played shitty yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bad.
Yeah,
Bad. That's a bad.
Usually we all pile on right after that.
You like to pile on me and then I leave.
No, he was. Yeah,
We won't talk about the Cubs. All
Don't
right.
talk about the Cubs ever.
He can't. Yeah, he just. Oh, I guess you can say one thing. I think if we're gonna. I know it's only 3 games and it's a long season, but the Eagles are very good right now.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They're by far. I mean, you take all the teams and they're up in the top 2 or 3 right now. They really, and it's a long season. I mean, but their defense playing really well. Jalen Hurts playing at a high level. They got what's name had a great game yesterday. Devontae Smith broke out.
Sure.
They still got AJ Brown. They got Goddard. They got Miles Sanders. Their defense, like I said, they're built to play well in the long run. Now, once again, they could lose next 3 in a row. We'd be talking 3 weeks going, that was a bad call. And we'll put them
on the hot seat.
Yeah. But right now, I mean, if you pick a team right now, you had to go, you have to say the Eagles. So, but Gwen still play terrible. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
you know,
no. Yeah,
Brady and Rodgers completed some passes at least.
I'll tell you what a contrast between 2 quarterbacks, 2 teams, really, because
night and day.
Jalen Hurts, everybody was like, oh yeah. I mean, I don't think we were all super excited.
I wasn't
about
all in him
last year.
I'll admit I wasn't all in him.
Last year,
this year I am.
Oh, this year, yeah.
I have to see him play. I wasn't big on it.
If you went back to last year, you're like, they're starting Jalen
Glad the
Hurts,
Packers traded up to take Jordan Love instead of and let Jalen Hurts fall like 8 more picks.
Well, I ended up with him.
We also missed out on Randy Moss
in an auto draft. So after last year, I had him
and
in
Barry
an
Sanders.
Yeah,
I saw how well he played just in fantasy points. So I was
going into this year, I think everybody was like,
running quarterback has some advantages in fantasy.
Yeah.
Compared to a
but, I mean,
actual
you saw the
game.
wins too.
But he's efficient. If you look at his numbers compared to, he actually had less completions than Wentz did, but he had a lot less incompletions, and he had 3
big
touchdowns.
plays.
He gets
and big
touchdowns.
Plays. Yeah,
I noticed that. I mean, since last year,
last year,
helps.
He might only throw for 140 yards, but he runs for 2 more.
I mean, you guys. I guess in the big picture, last year they were not very good last year as a team. They were kind of struggling. They went to Green Bay, and they almost came back and beat Green Bay. And the Packers were the number 1 seed. So I mean, he had the tools to just have to get it put right. And I think AJ Brown has had a couple off weeks, but it changes dynamics when you have a guy that you have to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson is another guy right now that's had a couple bad games, but KJ Osborne had a great game. Thielens picked up a few.
Right.
So
yeah.
This is all about having those guys. You can say, yeah, he's not doing anything for fantasy. It sucks when you have him. Like, what the hell? But as a team aspect, they love it.
Because those players raised the bar. Now they're going to be double teamed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so those other players are going to excel.
So yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it's interesting.
I'm going to tell you, you talked about Hurts there for a minute. So you should think about, the Bears fans should be kind of happy with this because Hurts wasn't the greatest in his first couple of years. I mean, so you got to look at Fields. This is a potential because they're kind of the same guy.
Yeah.
He can run.
Yeah.
Fields can run. So I think, you got some, it depends if you get the right offensive coordinator and, making the right play calls and, giving some opportunities. So.
Yeah, I think it's a learning experience for everybody right now with that team. It's and at the game yesterday, we were sat in different seats. You could see more. He missed a couple throws, but also there's just nothing going on when they run routes. Very rarely you see guys running around open. I mean, you do once in a while, but like I said yesterday, watching the Packer game and they were Greg Olsen. I mean, I understand why people might be upset with him. He was doing both teams. He was like every replay, boy, he missed that guy. That guy was open, and they're missing guys too. Because you know what? When you have things in your face. And both quarterbacks yesterday had things in their face a lot yesterday. And that changes your – and I'm not saying Fields is going to be Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. I'm not even saying that. But it changes the way you play. And Carson Wentz, that could be part of his problem. He's got guys – I don't know. I didn't watch that game.
They're not a very good team.
No.
So that's,
and you put all this – it's tough. I mean, it's tough to make those plays and see those guys. And it's tough. I mean –
is part of it – I mean, we've obviously went over this quite a bit yesterday. Is part of it just because the system is so watered down that the defenses – aren't tricked anything, they pretty much know what's coming, kind of type thing. You think that's part of it? Because they make it easy for a quarterback like say Fields, like a young quarterback.
Yeah, they're trying to, yeah.
And is it helping the defense out by doing that?
Well, the problem is when you're on a team that can't. That doesn't have the. I mean,
it's not like a dynamic offense.
But if I'm talking about the Bears right now, the only problem I have with the whole situation, what worries you a little bit about the whole situation, and the receivers obviously aren't getting open, and so it's a hole. When you can run the ball for an average of 200 yards a game, which they've done the first 3 games, Okay, and you can't get play
Play
action pass to
action.
work. That's
Yeah.
not just on the quarterback. That's on everybody. The guys aren't getting open. It's not somebody's not working. The route's what you're doing. And I'm not. Getsy's young. Getsy's been in systems, and I understand. I'm gonna trust the guy. I can't. You got to trust him. He's new at this thing. He's learning too. They're all learning, and this is actually Justin Fields' first year to me in the NFL. It really is. He's learning now because last year was just. It was just kind of a mess, I think. Not starting him, then starting him. Then he had to play. Then he didn't play. Then he pulled him. Then he got hurt. But it was just a whole lot going on, and the team wasn't much better last year than it was this year. It really wasn't. I mean,
have you ever seen a team?
Maybe a little last year better, but
You're not going to criticize him until next year.
no, and that's right. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's hard. I not that I'm happy with some of the stuff I see, but the one thing I do see is that at least there's different things he does that I mean, there's many times I've seen this year that the last quarterbacks in the last couple of years would have had to take sacks where he breaks it out for a 20-yard run.
Yeah.
He's running, but at least he's getting the first down moving the
But
chains.
Willie's right on your progression. If it's
Yeah.
like Jalen Hurts now, because last year Jalen Hurts probably got a free pass with Philly. Although in Philly, who the hell knows?
Yeah, well,
they're the worst fans in the world. But they probably had low expectations about him. Now going into this year, after they see the potential, high expectations. So if your guy keeps going the way that he's going, you still see that potential. Next year, you're going to have if they put other players around him.
Well, and you see what
then,
kind of
then you're going to be like, I got higher expectations.
And another
on
guy
Fields.
like Tua, it's another example too, where I was never a huge fan of his, and I'm kind of on the board a little bit now. I'm still, I give him. He's a tough guy. Yesterday he took the concussion and came back in the game, which wasn't. They're going to hear about that. There's a problem with that. That's not that. I mean, it's good for the Dolphins, but they may have won that game because they brought that guy back in the game, which they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a long season. You're bringing the guy that probably had a concussion. He couldn't walk.
And he's got
you see that replay? He got up
stumbling.
He walked like 5 yards and almost fell down.
He can't talk like Brett Favre used to, where he's like, I don't remember playing that game.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean,
You can't say that these days.
And I like Tua, but who's Tua got? I mean, Tua's got a good offense. He's got Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, they
didn't mess around. They got Tyreek Hill. They said, we're going to sign Tyreek Hill.
Tools, yeah.
We're going to sign him and bring him here to help you.
Yeah.
And it helps. Tyreek Hill didn't have a great game yesterday, but guess what?
He's Tyreek Hill.
Jalen Waddle had a good game.
So is it
they ran the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, Chase Edmonds had not great running, but they made whole. It's different, man.
Why didn't the Bears try and help out Fields? They got the money.
I no, because this year they've got the
not
thing
the
with
year
this
to
year.
do it.
They're
It's
paying,
next year?
Yeah, but they're
Next
paying
year.
off contracts. They had to pay off like cap issue. They got hip cap. When we trade Mac, you still got. You don't. I didn't.
Right,
understand.
there's still a hit
You trade
year
guy, you get
later.
hit. Even if you trade him, you get hit. I'm like, what? That's weird. But anyway, so next year is because, like I said, I think, and there was an article today online. And I think that with the 2-1 start, I think it was changed their idea in their head a little bit. They're, okay, well, maybe we can win some games. But there's been rumors they're going to look to trade for a receiver, and they're talking like Robbie Anderson type guys, or they brought up Michael Thomas even was in the conversation. But Ryan Poles ain't going to give you he's going to give you a 5th round pick or 6th round pick. He ain't getting anything higher. So they're not gonna, and I agree with that. Because if you can grab a guy and what they're saying with these guys, they grab them, and these are guys that are signed for, so you can keep them here next year, and then maybe throw a piece with him, the money. And
you got Mooney already. If he had some help,
and you never know. It may be space because maybe Allen Robinson helped him.
Yeah,
that's why he was open.
Yeah,
I don't know
for sure.
But like the guy I think they should, and it won't happen now. But they had the money, and I think and who knows? But DK Metcalf's a guy, but who knows what the Seahawks were asking for him? Like a second round. I'm not giving I'm not saying they're a dime a dozen, because when people say receivers, I understand they for the route, but there's a handful of guys that can change games in the NFL, and it's tough to go. And DK Metcalf, when healthy, can change a game. He really can. I mean, Geno Smith looks really good right now. Mm-hmm. If DK Metcalf was hurt, Geno Smith probably won't look so good.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
Think about it. Geno Smith looks awesome right now. He looks really good. He's playing really well. So I just think it's about the people around you, and like you saw in that game yesterday. Look how inept both offenses kind of looked. Packers and the Buccaneers. Buccaneers especially. Yeah. They had no receivers, and you could tell they had no receivers.
Right.
They had nobody.
Well,
except
neither
for the
team
first
ran
5
the
minutes
ball.
of the game.
No. Yeah.
It was 2 games. It was like,
yeah.
And I didn't see it. We were listening to it, and I'm like, Jesus, they're gonna just steamroll these guys today. And then all of a sudden, just. Blah.
Yeah, once they
but it was
fumbled,
defense.
the
It was
game
good
changed.
defense. You have to give defenses the credit too.
Well, who would have thought that a Brady-led offense would only have 3 touchdowns in 3 games?
Yeah.
Well, and that touchdown they got was all in not garbage time, but they were playing prevent, and they went 92
that's not
yards.
considered garbage time, though.
I said it's not garbage time, but
they were trying to stop them.
There's,
the problem with
there's
that,
urgency.
Why did they just let him go right down the field?
But the thing is, there's so many flaws in this league. I mean, you watch it yesterday. Fournette was wide open 3 plays in a row. Dumped it off. He got 15 yards each time.
Yeah.
It's like just Nobody, I'm not going to cover him. Give him. So
I
unless
don't
they
get
always
it.
are, maybe bend don't break idea. Maybe like you're saying, maybe it said bend
But
don't
they
break
broke.
and get to the 20, and then we'll stop them then because they have to. You might be right because they let them go down the field. They need 8 points, so let them go down. When they get to 20, then we'll tighten up on them.
Right, that's what it looked like.
They can get down there,
or what I've read.
but they got down there pretty. They got down like holy crap, that was fast. But whatever.
Yeah. So to your point about the Bears, 14 players are hitting them for $56.8 million this year, dead money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when that's gone next year, I think right now they're saying they're going to be around $100 million under the cap.
So they're kind of in a Cubs situation too, where they're paying guys that aren't even playing.
Yeah, and I think
We said we're not going to talk about the Cubs.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry.
But I think they're honestly like $100
Eric,
million.
come
I
back.
think that's a rumor, $100 million or something like that. I believe.
Yeah. Okay, so it's next year.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, what do you do with it? I mean, you can't. I mean, it's money, but you have to. You're not going to go out there and do a Washington Redskin thing and sign every free agent and blow all this money and then be crappy. You can't do that.
That
either.
worked out well for them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Albert Hainsworth, guys like that. They thought, oh, we're going to be great, and they were
So how
terrible.
how do they fix? No, I'm we're on the Bears now completely, but how do they fix the offensive line, which is rushing for 280 yards?
It's pass blocking
and giving Fields one step back before he's getting hit.
And that happened more than you thought.
How?
People want to and Fields came out and he said I played like trash. He said that exactly. So he's
Well,
taking
he
the
did
blame
too, but I mean,
when you're back there, like I'm not defending him because he's a big boy NFL quarterback, got drafted the first round, so he has to start showing something eventually. But when you have I go back to the big players, when they have pressure in their face, it changes how you play the game. It just changes everything. Unless you have a system you can rely on and that's why.
How can they be so good at pass blocking or at rush blocking?
The rumor is linemen love the run block. It's the easiest thing to do. You just got to go forward and hit somebody, and then you keep going. Hit somebody and keep going. And pass blocking,
Yeah, there's so much more activity they gotta do.
And move and make sure you get stunts and grab guys. It's different. Run blocking, we're going to the right. We're all going to – and running backs help that too because if it's a pitch out, you're pitching. It's almost like and that's what the Bears are doing a lot. A lot of the off tackles, they pitch and they hit a hole.
Yeah.
It's almost like a zone scheme. And that's easy. You just hit who's around you and run upfield. When you're pass blocking, oh crap, gotta get. Oh crap,
you got to maintain a pocket,
and your running back has to be able to.
And he can't go too far down the field,
and the quarterback can't drop so far, and he got to be able to step on the pocket. But if you can't step up,
well, there was times we were talking about he couldn't even step up, then he couldn't step back.
Yeah, it was a mess.
And there were guys on both sides. It was.
But I mean, that's what
Andy's a young quarterback, so he's going to panic in those situations.
So whatever. So you need a ugly or you bad. You did a bad already.
I did Wentz. That's how the whole thing
my
started.
God.
You're bad.
Where the hell are we?
Yikes.
This one's a weird one too. Beyond Meat Chief Operating Officer Doug Ramsey. Did you guys see this?
Beyond Meat.
Yeah, the fake meat. They want us to eat all this crap that's
Is
not
this
real
like
meat. It's like vegetable meat.
Oh yeah. I know it is. Yeah.
Is this like Cornhub?
Wait, listen to this.
Pornhub.
He was arrested. This was actually last weekend. This just came out, though. He was arrested last weekend after allegedly biting a man's nose in an Arkansas parking game after the college football game.
Really?
Ramsey, 53, arrested for terroristic threatening and third-degree battery. He's been the CEO of Beyond Meat since December. Previously worked at Tyson Foods. So in the parking garage, somebody bumped the tire of his vehicle. He punched through their side window and then started wailing on the guy. And then when the guy got out, they ended up in a scuffle, and he ended up biting him in the nose and taking skin off.
So that's real meat.
What the hell's in that?
Hey, can you pull a
right?
picture? Can you pull?
Talking about
He's a
roid
real
rage.
meat eater, huh?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot that you could do with this. He punched through the windshield of a Subaru, so I'm guessing those windshields ain't too tight. Or back windshield.
Knock on Subaru, huh?
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo in my Subaru.
Campus police declined to comment.
As they were eating free burgers that weren't real
exactly.
meat.
I tell you what, this tastes like a burger to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
And their stock is like collapsing. All these fake meats right now, all over all these big companies that they put everything into this, and
So your stock fell pretty hard then, huh?
yeah, nobody's eating meat
Because of your fake meat.
Yeah, I ain't feeding meat. That stuff's garbage.
Kind of rubbery, isn't it?
I know where he's going with that.
Kind of rubbery.
I'm a big fan of real meat.
We know.
So's the missus.
Wow. I'm going to hold my tongue on that one.
Anyway, my bad is going to be I forgot now.
Something meat related?
No.
Non-meat.
Oh, my bad is the New England Patriots down by 12, 14 points with no time on the clock. Then you have the quarterback drop back for a pass, and looks like he broke his ankle, basically, Mac Jones. I mean, he's going to be out. I don't think he broke it, they said. But
it's a high ankle sprain.
Terrible. And he's been out for a few weeks. So Packers.
Yeah, I know. They're getting the luxury of all these either injuries or suspensions.
Yeah, so it worked. Hey.
Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it.
I think they would beat him with them, but to make
sense. Oh,
sense.
sure. But
is it at Green Bay, that game?
Yeah, I actually was invited to go, and I can't.
Oh.
Weren't his ribs bruised too, or something?
I don't know. He was hurt. I think the week before. You might be right. He got hurt. So he is, not doing great right now. But I just thought it was a poor decision, and I'm going to say that if this year doesn't go well, I think Bill Belichick might retire. It's just not going the right way. Just not going the right way. Unless he could pull off a big deal and get Lamar Jackson there or something like that.
I thought about that actually. I heard part of his press conference yesterday, and he just didn't sound. He wasn't even his normal ornery kind of self, where it's kind of funny how ornery he is. He just seemed dead,
tired.
And I'm like, I wonder if he's
tired of answering stupid questions.
Well, yeah, but he's such a competitor that I feel like maybe he's going to try to do something over the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's true.
At least put some sort of a winner together. Even if it's just getting in the playoffs or whatever, winning a playoff game or two and then retiring.
That's possible.
I don't think he'd go out like on a.
I think the other thing you're going to see is it might be Peteless in Seattle too. So
Peteless in Seattle.
Yeah,
that's.
He's 90 years old.
I thought that was going to happen this year.
I thought that. Yeah, exactly.
Did we still have good left?
Good.
Oh man,
my good.
I thought the opening was
terrible. Wrap the show up. We'll finish up tomorrow.
My good is parity is alive and well in the NFL.
Oh, jeez,
it is.
You like the Chiefs, Bills, Bucks, and then you got the Jags beating the Chargers. The way they beat them.
Yeah. And Indianapolis the week before.
Yeah,
and then they win this week.
I know it. What the hell?
My good. I'm sorry, Glenn.
Yeah, my good's probably obvious. Dolphins.
Yeah,
number one in the power rankings now.
Yeah.
Talk about Tyreek Hill coming. He's an addition without really.
They're number one in the power rankings.
They're number one in the power rankings now.
Over the Eagles.
In Glenn's, anyways. Glenn's power rankings.
Let me pull it up. I don't think a lot of people had faith in him coming into the season. Tyreek Hill is huge, but like you said, I wasn't a Tua believer.
Yeah.
He's growing on me, but
didn't we? I thought we all kind of picked them to either.
I got a wild card.
I had him in the playoffs in the wild card.
Yeah.
Did I pick him in the? You don't have mine there?
Oh no, we wrote our own down. And kept them.
I have it somewhere.
Did you guys pick them to beat the Bills this week?
Dolphins to win the Super Bowl.
I think I did.
I picked them in my other. See, now one we do the spread. I didn't pick them, but in my other one, I went 12 I won 12 games this week. My other spread thing, the one that pays me money.
Yeah.
So
Hill's biggest addition is.
I think I did pick the Dolphins.
Is benefiting Waddle because he's single covered now, and the guy is explosive to begin with.
Yeah, and you're waiting now. They're going to start running somehow trying to cover both of them, and then Gesicki's going to be wide open over the middle, and they're going to run the ball better. Yeah.
Chase. Yeah. So that's my good.
I did not pick them.
You're good.
My good is going off of the NFL for a little bit is the President's Cup. I didn't have high expectations because it's always kind of like the Ryder Cup is the main dish and the President's Cup is just kind of an afterthought. But I watched a fair amount of it, and I thought the atmosphere was very similar to what you saw during the Ryder Cup. Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas were just unbelievable, and the international players were fired up and they were into it too, especially the Korean players. Holy crap! I mean, these guys were fired up, and they took the loss really tough.
So what was the final?
We got to 16.5, so that means they had like 11.5.
Oh, they got that much.
Yeah. So and that was the thing there. We were whooping them at first, and then I had it on Saturday late, and they won 3 of the last 4 matches, the internationals, and there was some huge putts and some huge shots. Those 2 Kim guys were just unbelievable.
So what guys were they missing from the
Cam Smith? That's
Cam
the
Smith,
obvious
and
one.
it was 2 or 3 others, right? At least 2 other guys that would have probably been on that team.
To me, the one that stands out is Cam Smith.
Oh yeah,
I don't know who else. I think there's a lot of European players that ended up going to the Live Tour. So the Ryder Cup's going to be interesting next year.
Yeah,
because a lot of those guys are missing, and even though we're missing Koepka and DeChambeau and Johnson, it doesn't matter. What we put out there in the President's Cup, that was legit.
Oh yeah,
with Billy Horschel and Kevin Kistner, and those guys are good. So it was a good. I watched a little bit of it. I kind of paid attention on my phone during soccer games and stuff, and was kind of fun to watch.
Nice.
I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, I did. Saturday I watched a little bit.
Those Kim guys were on fire when I was watching.
Did you see that at the end on Saturday when he hit the huge putt?
No.
And I'm like, he's like chest bumping dudes.
Yeah,
like,
I did see that.
I'm like, I wouldn't want to play football against him. I mean, he's built like a freaking.
It was like a 54-footer or
20 years
something.
old. They said they think he'll be number 1 in the world within like 5 years. He's that good. His swing is just pure, and he hits it, just bombs it off the tee. Unbelievable.
Leave it up to those Asians to come up with something better that we created. Hey, it's like a transistor radio.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were really good, though.
It was pretty fun to watch.
I think it's my good.
You're good. Yeah.
God, I have like 5 goods I had to choose. Philadelphia Eagles undrafted rookie punt returner Britton Covey. Did you see this story?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg played him in we.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's about the same, though.
Is he any relation to Franklin?
Who?
Franklin Covey?
I don't know who that is.
He invented the day planners. You know the day planner? Yeah, Franklin Covey.
Yeah. I talked about the Trapper Keeper. Now that's a real invention.
Nerd
you
alert.
Bring up what was that thing you just
Glenn
said?
was the one who told me. With all his geek friends that he hung out with him.
Go ahead with.
So yeah,
Gilbert Godfrey. Who'd you say? I'm sorry, I forgot already.
Gilbert Godfrey. Britton Covey.
Britton Covey. Okay.
Yeah, he got called up ahead of the Vikings Eagles game. He's an Eagles guy, so he showed up and pulled into the parking lot, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't park here." And he's like, "Well, I'm on the team," and they're like, "Yeah, no, you're not. Get out of here,"
Yeah.
So he had to go park in the player. He couldn't park in the players' lot, so he had to go park in regular parking, and all the people were standing there. And he pulled in, and they're like, they had no idea who he was either. So he had to carry all his gear and walk all the way through the parking lot up to the game to get ready to play.
Surprised he didn't borrow somebody's bike and ride.
Did he have a good game? Or are you getting to that? I'm sorry.
I don't know if he had a good game.
That's just the good?
Yeah, I don't know. He got into the park.
Oh, that was the good.
He's carrying all his equipment. They're like, he's
That's
like,
a good.
That was only the one good. I just thought it was a cool little story.
I got a couple goods.
Yeah, one at a time. We all got multiples now.
Oh,
I've
we
got
get to pick more than one, Tom Seaver?
The first one I'll say is it was a big week for teams with kind of their backs against the wall and needed wins. We're talking about the Colts. I'm talking about Tennessee. I'm talking about also the Bengals. So they got wins, much needed wins that get them in the win column. So chances are. But my extremely good is Doug Peterson, the Jacksonville Jaguars, going to L.A. and just dog walking the Chargers at home. And I know Herbert was said. I believe the Chargers made a huge mistake. It looked like he was. They shouldn't even played him. He should have took another week off. All you did is play him a game that he didn't get.
They should have played Tyrod Taylor.
Can I say another bad decision by Brandon Staley?
Yeah, don't play him.
Just because he says he wants to play doesn't mean he can
Put him
play.
on the hot seat. Ed's hot seat.
It's Ed's.
Benchwarmers hot seat.
This guy's might have the best team in football.
You fucking sneaky bastard.
Do you know that Justin Herbert has yet to have a winning record in the NFL? He's always been under 500
or 500
under 500
or there.
And haven't we said the last couple of years this should be one of the best teams in football?
Yeah, well, this year a lot of people picked him. I
picked him.
I didn't have him going to the Super
I know
Bowl.
I picked him last year.
I kept up the chefs this year.
Bosa's got a groin.
He's hurt too.
Yeah, groin issue.
Yeah,
well, that's good. I picked the Chargers to win it all and Bosa to win Defensive Player of the Year. So
Right to the roll of dice.
Yeah, I jinxed him.
This is what the locker room sounds like.
I think the Jacksonville locker room sounding like that. They're dancing and having a great time.
Hats off to the Jaguars defense playing really well. Offense, I mean, Trevor Lawrence is playing pretty good right now.
He's a good keeper in fantasy now.
Gave him Christian Kirk that everybody thought was crazy and had another good game yesterday. I mean,
great fantasy pick for me too.
Yeah.
Imagine if I would have started Chase Edmonds yesterday.
He should have.
I know.
I traded
2 touchdowns.
Maybe anyway.
Instead
Don't
of
matter.
Kareem Hunt.
I got to rub it in.
The only thing I'm hoping for now is one more field goal from the Cowboys, and I'll be top scorer.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, $20.
What was your record before this week?
I'm 3-0.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're
don't sound so smug.
You're not.
Yeah, didn't
smug.
He? Did that come across the same way?
Smug.
A little pretentious, didn't he seem?
Hey, what are you talking
we'll talk about
I did this last year too, and then I
We'll talk about it at the end of the year.
Shit the bed.
I shit my bed,
and I made the playoffs.
and he made the playoffs. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't make no bunk trade either.
Oh yeah, the bunk trade. I'll figure out a bunk trade.
Trade me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll trade you. Who's that guy you have? Allen.
I'll give you him.
Yeah, I'll give you. I don't know.
Who's your quarterback?
Roethlisberger.
Perfect. Perfect.
Byron Allen.
So let's go to Ed. You have a shower stall tonight, huh?
Yeah, I had one more nice one.
Oh, go ahead.
Tebow auctioned his Heisman Trophy off to raise $1 million for kids' charities.
Wow.
He's done this for years.
Yeah.
No.
Tebow's awesome.
How many Heisman trophies does he have?
Who won it this year? No, but he does it every year, so they get to keep his trophy in
Oh,
their
I
house. Who was it this year? What was her name?
Oh, so next year someone else.
It's a rental.
I didn't even know
it's
this.
like,
Yes, yes.
It's
I
like
just
a traveling
looked.
trophy he makes
Does
it.
it multiple times.
When you said that, I just looked at it. It's 8 years
That's
he's
cool.
been auctioning it off. That's
a
awesome.
good idea.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yep.
I'm glad somebody else heard that because I wouldn't have finished the story.
This just handed to me.
Oh.
Was this David Letterman?
9 times.
9
Oh, I
times.
see.
9 times.
9 times.
9 times. 9 times.
9 times.
9 times.
Eric's guy, Carson Wentz, was sacked 9 times yesterday.
Oh.
Ooh. I heard that too, and I forgot all about it. That's a good.
I should have. I'm sorry. I should have had that.
Oh, and hold on. Maybe.
Wow. I mean, homecoming dance is coming up.
I brought this little notepad now. I start sending notes.
Awkward. Anywho, let's go to the. Are we good?
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Yes, I will. Anyway, let's go to the shower stall. If I can find the son of a bitch.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.
Everybody into the shower! Anybody in the shower in 10 seconds gonna get fined $100! Larry!
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi,
Get in
5
there.
Mississippi,
Hurry it up.
6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi.
So for all you guys that follow me on MySpace, you already know that on Friday I went to a concert. So I went down to the beautiful Genesee Theater in Waukegan to see Canadian folk legend Gordon Lightfoot. He had a string of hits beginning in 1962 and continuing up through the 1980s. He's now 83 years old, and his crowd was equally as old.
I mean, walk.
Have you ever been to a concert and the fans seem to have crawled out of their basements just for this one show? Let me give you a few examples of what I saw during that show. It all started when we pulled up to the theater, and horse and carriage parking was 3 beaver pelts. I thought it was weird, but I let that slide. We finally get to our seats after grabbing a few Tom Collins over at the...
I'm sorry to interrupt. So when you said the beaver pelts, you're like, Amber, pay the guy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
She got him out of her canoe. Yeah. She carries him in her wallet.
I'm sorry.
So I thought that was weird, but, I let it slide. And then we finally get to our seats. We grabbed a few Tom Collins on the way at the theater bar. And the opening act comes out. He called himself Frederick Chopin. He got the geriatric crowd all worked up. It was a little crazy. Lady down the aisle, she accidentally knocked over her iron lung when Chopin played Heroic Polonaise. I guess she'd been waiting many decades to hear that song in concert. Anyway, Chopin finishes up, the lights come back on, and they remove all the people that had expired during the opening act. And, where'd I go here? 15 minutes later, Gordon Lightfoot and his band come out. At 83, he still looks alive. Let's put it that way. Gord was quite the ladies' man back in the day, and, well, not much has changed. There was a group of flappers right up front. One threw her panties at Gord. He reached out to catch them, and then it was like LeBron, a big poof of dust. Blanketed him and the bass player. So they played a few of their classic hits. He played Sundown, and then everybody took a nap. After the short nap, he began playing If You Could Read My Mind, and the crowd went nuts. That's when I snuck out to the bar to grab a tapioca beer. It was on tap. And I used the bathroom. I walk into the bathroom. The same 4 guys I saw at the urinal an hour ago before the concert started were still trying to pee. So I give up on that and I head back to my seat. The band played about 10 more songs, Carefree Highway, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, all the classics. All during this, I'm watching this guy on stage with a weird-looking instrument. My wife was in band back in high school, so, I ask her, I'm like, hey, is that a theremin? And she replies, that's a defibrillator, and the guy next to him says, doctor. So they wrap up, they all bow, walk off stage. Encores haven't changed much in Gord's 65 years, People still cheer loudly for the band to come back out, play a couple more songs, One lady's banging on her iron lung again, with her cane to make more noise, so they're all excited. So they come back out. Gord thanks the crowd. They play Rainy Day People. They hold a wake for the keyboardist, who passed away when they had walked off stage before the encore. And then on the way out of the theater, we saw the tour bus. It was built by Hearst. Did I mention they were old?
Nice.
Am I the only one that doesn't know who Gordon Lightfoot is?
Oh, you don't know who he is?
No.
If you heard songs, you know him. Yeah. If you heard, name some songs again.
The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Sundown, you better take care if I could.
It's a hard no.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
How about Rainy Day People, do you sing?
Yeah, I said, if you could read my love. You don't know any of those songs?
Nope.
You never listened to classic radio, huh? Yeah.
Classic radio to me is like Doors, Zeppelin.
Yeah,
it's on there.
Yeah, he's in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to research it. I have no idea who Gordon Lightfoot is. And
well, most
the way
of it,
you described it, why were you even there?
Most of the fans didn't remember who he was either.
Well,
He's named after him.
Yeah. That's my name, Edmund.
You said Gordon.
I'm
gonna start calling you Gordy.
All right, Gordy. Actually, during the show, it was pretty funny. He goes, I'm going to, he sounded like Harry Carey, actually. And I was like, hey, there's a boat in Detroit, and you go to the cathedral. He was sounding just like Harry Carey. He's talking about the 29 guys, and the boat was named after some insurance guy, and he loved all those guys, and they all died. And he sings the song, and he did a pretty good job. His voice was cracking, but song ends, and he's like, there was a boat named the Edmund Fitzgerald, and 29 guys died. He goes through the same story.
The guys
are going awesome.
They're like, you told the story already.
But he's so old, and you hear these stories. He was a ladies' man back in the day. It
was a Tuesday.
He was he was married to like 2 women. He had like 4 or 5 like legitimate kids. He had a few more. This is before he even started having hits. He met this girl and he left his wife for her. It was the love of his life, Kathy Smith. She was a backup singer for the band, Robbie Robertson and all that.
Okay.
She had a baby when she was backup singer for the band. They called it the band baby because they don't know whose it was. Because Rick Danko and Lee Von Helm and what's his name, Richard Manuel, they were all banging her constantly. So anyway, so she got a falling out with the band, met Gordon. He wrote a lot of the songs about her, like Sundown and If You Could Read My Mind. And, these old people. Oh, yeah, she was the guy that, she was the lady that injected John Belushi with the speedball that killed him, too.
Is that right?
Are you seriously?
Gordon Lightfoot's girlfriend.
Oh my God.
So you act like these guys are, oh, man, look at this old-timer up there pooping his pants. But she's like pounding him with coke and heroin, and...
So
Robin Williams tried to kick her out of that party because she was a dirty druggie,
I love Gordon Lightfoot. Was it terrible or was it? I kind of wanted to go, and I'm like,
it was all right. His voice was cracking, but it was worth seeing one time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 83.
Apparently I'm
Legend.
too young for this crowd, so I may have to leave soon.
Legend. You don't even know who he is, do you?
I don't know. We just went through that.
Well, then I also saw Shinedown this week. If that helps you.
Oh, they're getting old too.
Yeah, I know they're old too.
Yeah. Another Canadian band.
Yeah.
Are they from Canada, Shinedown?
I think so, aren't
Are
they?
they really? I don't know.
Isn't it? I believe they are.
I don't know.
They they got to be in their 40s because that album's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Next year.
At least. Yeah, they're probably our age.
Yeah. So good. It was a good show. Looks like we're pouring beverages, so let's go there.
Hurry up.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink
Well, beer is definitely good, right? So I was supposed to make cider this weekend, like I said at the beginning of the show, and it didn't. It fell through, so I ended up buying some cider. It's that time of year, so there's the frost is not on the pumpkin, but the pumpkins are ready to be harvested. That has nothing to do with apples, but so this is a cider, a restoration cider, which they're out of Madison, and I bought this because of Willie, because it says Door County cherry on it.
Oh, nice.
It's a semi-dried cherry. So I just figured it's a good night for some cider. Fuck, let's drink.
Here's just some Dixon cider.
Dixon cider. Restoration cider out of Madison.
What's it about?
It's good.
Yeah, so they have a few variations of these ciders.
It's like a tart cider.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, it's got Door County cherries in it. So yeah.
Can't be all bad then.
No, it's good stuff. So refreshing, right, Scott? You like it?
I do.
I bet you Jenny would like it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I picked it up at festivals.
I'm sorry, I was writing some down or eating some. I was actually eating pretzels, I'm not going to lie. Where is it from?
They're out of Madison.
Okay.
It's called Restoration Cider, and I picked it up at festivals. You can find it around here. So
Awesome.
good. Like I said, I bet you your wife would like it because she's a cider drinker. So
pretty good. I got the little that nice cherry flavor at the end.
Yeah, you can taste it, but it's a little tart,
good
which
finish.
I like.
Yeah.
I don't like it too sweet.
Yeah, it's,
So
it's almost like you mixed a sour in a cider.
yeah, I didn't mix anything in there, but
Sour and cider.
And it's veteran owned.
Oh, nice.
It's what?
Veteran owned, right on the lid.
Oh, perfect. And it's gluten free.
Yeah, I saw gluten free too.
So
Nice.
Hence why we're drinking it.
yeah,
How do you
because
like
the
them
beer
up?
I had before wasn't gluten free, so I had to offset it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
Nicely done.
So me and Ed were talking. Well, let's go through the NFL and get through that. Talk about the games.
Yeah,
talk
let's
about,
get through it.
Talk about
Jeez.
picks, and then we'll go to our
We could talk about another sport.
We'll talk about everything else going on in the world of sports, whatever we can pop up with. So let's go to the NFL. So week 3 of the NFL is closing up, and did anybody pick Lamar Jackson to be MVP?
I did not.
Because he looks like he may be MVP if he stays healthy. He is having an incredible year. And another guy I'm not, but he's making me a believer. Great game yesterday. Five total touchdowns. Lamar lead team in rushing, 170 yards rushing. He's probably going to go over. I think he's got 300 yards rushing already this year, 320 or something like that.
Guess who played against that guy in fantasy yesterday?
I'm guessing you did.
Yeah.
I have that guy in fantasy.
You know he's won an MVP before.
Yes, and they're saying his season now is looking like a better year than that year. So
Yeah.
Is this a contract year for him, or has he got one more?
no, this
Oh,
is
That's what I thought.
yeah.
because he didn't sign the contract they offered him.
Yeah, they
And
offered
you know
him in the
what? I
offseason.
thought of something today, and I'm not. Or I think we were talking about it on the way out yesterday of the game. So if we don't get to maybe what were we talking about that?
I
So
don't
let's
know.
say, and I know we talked about. I'm a Bear fan, so I kind of follow them. But if the Bears get the game 9 or 10 this year, and this isn't looking like it's the right thing, because remember Fields isn't their guy, and we've learned something of the Bears brass now. Ryan Poles and Eberflus are big on putting their guys in place. If this doesn't work out, do you think the Bears make a run for Lamar Jackson next year?
I would. Why not?
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
They can afford him, I guess, but then you got to put people around him, which is a tough thing. But do they? Because they're named a couple teams I've heard, and they're teams that could use a quarterback. But I mean, would they make a run if because I'm thinking by week 9 or 10 this year, you should see some kind of, some kind of uptick finally, maybe. If the line plays better and you're whatever. So whatever, I'm sorry. But the Patriots beat the Patriots 37-26. Patriots dropped to 1-2. Ravens 2-1 after the upset loss to they're probably a one defensive play away from being 3-0, but the Dolphins went in there and beat them too. Dolphins giant killers. Not giants, but
Juggernaut.
Yeah, there you go. Bills Dolphins 21-19. Bills can't get a timeout in the game to get a field goal. Dolphins survive the butt punt and win the game 21-19. Move the Dolphins to 3-0, and the Bills are 2-1 now. And Josh Allen 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devin Singletary, 9 catches, 78 yards. Tua, 186, 1 touchdown. Chase Edmonds had 2 rushing touchdowns, and Jalen Waddle, 4 catches, 102 in this game. Jalen Waddle went out with wasn't a concussion, I guess, but it looked like it was, and came back to play. Anything.
Real MVP of that game for the Dolphins? The Heat.
Yeah, he's going to say so.
I think that's a lot to do. Yeah.
Good point there.
But yeah, that's why you got home field. That's home field advantage, man. That's part of it. NFL doesn't have that very often anymore. A lot of teams can win on the road now, but you got to go down and play in that heat. You're right. In that heat, and they said there was a lot of cramping going on, a lot of Bills players.
Stephon Diggs
yeah. So
some guys were just getting concussions. It was weird.
From the Heat. So
did you? Oh, you got something else?
Yeah. So the Dolphins wear their road whites at home because of the heat. They make the visiting players wear the darks.
And the Dolphins are in the shade.
Hey, that's part of playing at home, man. You should have an
their
advantage.
benches in the shade.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
of
the away
course.
teams in the sun.
Yep.
Give yourself whatever advantage you can.
I
when you're
agree.
at home.
I looked at the stats. I mean, Buffalo had over 500 yards, had 90 plays. Controlled the clock. The Dolphins had 186 yards passing and 41 rushing.
And they won. That's about winning at the end. That's all it's about. Bengals get their first win we talked about earlier, 27-12 at the Jets. Both teams moved to 1-2. Burrows, 3 touchdowns. Perrine leading rusher at 47 yards. And Tyler Boyd, 4 catches, 105 and a touchdown. Flacco, 25. And Tyler Conklin, 8 for 84.
Did you see that?
Lions tried to make a comeback, but ended up losing 24-28 at Minnesota. 2-1 the Vikings moved to. Lions moved to 1-2. We talked about this. I believe that the Lions are there. Just got to learn how to win. That's just that. That's that.
Win that fourth quarter.
Got to learn how to win. That's all it is.
Right.
Dalvin Cook was injured in that game. Possibly he will play as a shoulder, but he should be back. They said most likely next week.
Swift was injured too.
Yeah, Swift is out. Swift is out for sure.
Swift is out.
Swift is out.
And the
Jamal
Lions
Williams
lost their
played
safety, torn Achilles.
Lions did.
Yes. He had 13, leading the team in 13 tackles.
Cousins 260 and 2 touchdowns. Jamal Williams 87 yards, 2 touchdowns in relief of.
Well, he played a lot of the game. That's the one game I watched a lot of was that game. The Lions dominated that game, and they shit the bed at the end. But Jamal played. I mean, they mix him up because he had early touchdowns.
Yeah, they were up 24-14 going in the fourth quarter.
So Swift's out. I wouldn't worry too much. I think Jamal.
I think
Williams
will
is a good
pick
back.
right
I
up.
think he needs to be a starter.
We saw him in the Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
he's a go getter.
Oh hell yeah, he was with the Packers too. I mean, it was kind of a loss for us to lose him. Although AJ Dillon's pretty good, but
yeah.
Who's their corner? He's the one that shut down Jefferson. Oyami.
Oh yeah. They drafted him last year. He got drafted.
Yeah.
He's from. Did he play at Alabama?
I think so.
Is that the Okuda guy?
Yeah.
Okuda.
Did he play at Alabama?
Okuda is Ohio State.
Ohio State. Yeah. Ohio State. Yeah.
He was terrible his first couple of years.
Yeah, but
He's shutting everybody
He's
down.
showing up now. Yeah.
That's what you need. It helps to
Jeff
have that.
Okuda. Yeah.
Chiefs lose to the Colts. Chiefs lose to the Colts. 20-17, last second interception. There was a penalty in that game that gave the Colts a first down. They scored on it, and supposedly something was said on the field, and I think it was between players, and that's why Jones, I believe, got the penalty. And and a couple of years ago, there was a certain word you couldn't use on the field, and they said you would get penalized for it, and they used that word. It's a racial word, and that's what I'm saying. It was nothing.
Is it cracker?
No. And the thing is that I believe that's might be what it was. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it was not, if you watch the replay, it was nothing, looked like anything crazy. And all of a sudden they got a penalty, 15 yards, and they go down and score a touchdown, take the lead. And Mahomes throws an interception on the close last play of the game when they could have got a field goal. So they ended up losing that game. 20-17, Chiefs fall 2-1. Colts go to 1-1 in a much-needed win situation. Raiders go to 0-3, 24-22. Titans beat them, get their much-needed win. Carr, 303, 2 touchdowns. Jacobs, 6 yards rushing. Hollins, 8 catches, 158, and a touchdown for the Raiders. Once again, Devontae Adams takes away some problems, and that's how it works.
If we were smarter at fantasy, we would have picked all these guys that
around these guys,
guys instead of the guys.
Yeah. Tannehill, 264 and a touchdown. Henry had a nice game, 85 yards rushing, and I believe he had like 5 catches for 60 yards also on top of that. Had a great game. And Robert Woods, 4 catches, 85. Raiders moved to 0-3, Titans to 1-2, as I said. Saints-Panthers, another Saints that was a sexy pick to start the year. They're looking kind of, I don't know. They're
looking Winston-esque.
Yeah, they can't get it going for some reason. 22-14, Mayfield 170 and a touchdown. Winston 353 and a touchdown, but he had a couple picks in that game. McCaffrey 108 rushing, and Kamara 61 yards rushing. Olave breakout game, 9 catches, 147. Jaguars go to the Chargers, beat them 38-10. Big win for the Jaguars. Moves into 2-1. Chargers 1-2. Although Justin Herbert is beating the cartilage in his ribs. I don't think he should have played like we talked about earlier. Lawrence 3 touchdown passes. Robinson another good game, 100 yards rushing and a touchdown. Zay Jones 85 and a touchdown, 10 catches, and 6 catches for 99 yards for Josh Palmer. The Eagles destroy the Commanders 24-8. It was 24-2 at one point. Could have been a scoregami, I believe, but it wasn't at the end. Scoregami, a score has never happened in the NFL again, and I think there might have been one.
There was one last year.
24-2 had to be one.
Yeah,
it would have been one, I think. And 24-8 obviously isn't one. I don't think so. It would have been cool. We were sitting there. Ed says scoregasm. He's wrong. Scoregami.
I like the scoregasm better.
Good.
So does my wife.
Jalen Hurts, and what Ed said before, he had not a lot of pass attempts.
I know she does.
Right? He didn't have a lot of passing, but he threw for 340, Jalen Hurts, and 3 touchdowns. DeMonte Smith, 169 on 8 catches and a touchdown. Wentz, 211. Gibson, 38 and a touchdown. And McLaurin, 6 catches, 102. Oops. It's not good. I think that's it.
Did Wentz have a good game?
Falcons, Seahawks. Falcons go to Seahawks and win 27-23. Both teams won the 1-2. In that game, Patterson 141 and a touchdown. And Kyle Pitts, 5 catch, 87 yards. Geno Smith, Geno Smith, 325 and 2 touchdowns. Rams, Cardinals. Rams, tough fought game, win 20-12. Kyler Murray, 314 passing. Hollywood Brown, 14 catches, 140. And Cam Akers, 61 yards and a touchdown. Broncos, I'm sorry, not the Broncos. The Colorado Rockies beat the Giants 11-10 last night in a slugfest.
I do have a scoregami on that.
It's 11-10 at scoregami?
There is. The last time, the score has happened one time before, most recently on November 16th, 2008.
On my freaking birthday. That's awesome.
How old were you in 2008?
I don't know.
That's like scoregamis. Amber doesn't see scoregasms very often either. Huh?
Not anymore.
So a scoregami would be that it never happened,
She's
right?
lucky I take her to dinner.
Yeah. Right. And that happened.
It happened, but yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah.
29-17.
Spatial awareness.
Yeah. Last Thursday night, Browns beat the Steelers 29-17. I believe Kenny Pickett will be starting there in a couple weeks. I have a funny feeling. Chubb, 113 and a touchdown. Amari Cooper, 101 and a touchdown. Najee Harris, 56 and a touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 8 for 84. Trubisky, 207. Brissett, 220 and 2 touchdowns. Look good in that game, too.
The Browns played good. That was a good. I mean, I watched that.
Jacoby Brissett and Geno Smith are doing pretty good right now.
Are the Browns 2-1?
Yes, Browns moved to 2-1 now. So
yeah, I think they're better than we probably thought.
Get back on track, and if they keep winning, maybe do they bring Deshaun Watson back? We'll talk about that when it happens, I guess.
No, they'll pick up Wentz.
See the pictures of the fans tailgating? They have like a massage table with like
that was like the week
people were like in uproar about it, like because they were like celebrating kind of, and it was whatever. Yeah. They're drunk football fans. What do you expect? I mean,
they're not smashing tables.
Bears beat the Texans on a last-second field goal, 23-20. Field starts at 106. Davis Mills 245 and a touchdown. Khalil Herbert in relief of David Montgomery, 157 and 2 touchdowns on 20 carries. And Cole Kmet has his first 2 catches of the year, 2 for 40. And Damian Pierce had a decent game, 80 yards and a touchdown. And last second field goal. And the Packers end up beating the Buccaneers in a defensive battle, 14-12 in Tampa. Rodgers 255 and 2 touchdowns. Brady 271 and a touchdown. Fournette 35 yards rushing. Jones 36. Romeo, is his name Romeo Dobbs? Romeo?
Yeah, Romeo Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs he had a good first half and kind of quiet down a second. It was weird.
Everything happened in the first few minutes. That was even Lazard had a nice touchdown, but then it just all went away.
He had 8 for 73 and a touchdown, and Russell Gage 12 for 87 and a touchdown.
Yeah, that touchdown at the end. Yeah.
So anything about any of those games at all? Besides, that's about it. The Cowboys right now are tied with the Giants.
You know, another good that I wanted to bring up is Lovie Smith's beard. Just perfect silver beard. I mean, it's
terrible.
Tidbit. I told you. I texted you today.
Oh yeah.
Jack Sanborn. So he's backing up Roquan. Has he been playing a lot?
Not really a lot.
Okay. So that's Andrew's best friend. Andrew Lyon's best friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because it came up during we were sitting watching football and Michelle's like, so you said to Pete, she's like, your son's buying a Bears jersey, and we're like, oh. What? Why would he do that? And we're like, well, it's Jack Sanborn. So they're best friends. So
can you give me some sideline pass or what?
I don't know. We'll work on it, I guess. I mean, we'll figure something out. I totally forgot about this guy. He was undrafted.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Bears.
And so he was a walk-on with the Badgers, and now he's
a walk-on with the Bears.
A walk-on with the Bears, basically.
Found the Jim Leonard.
Think fast, run fast. Think fast, run fast.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great.
That was great. Too.
So out of the book of irony, do you see Patriots fans are accusing the Ravens of cheating?
Oh.
Really?
That's good stuff right
yeah,
there.
they claim there was a guy on the sideline with an earpiece intercepting the calls and relaying to Harbaugh.
Hey, pot, meet the kettle.
Exactly, right.
Now, there was
Glass
supposedly,
houses.
yeah, there was supposedly a play I just read about right before I came here in the Packer game at the end that Rodgers and LaFleur looked up at the scoreboard and they showed a replay and they picked something up. Now, I don't know if this is just Rodgers being a goofball and seeing shit in the screen, because he's taking ayahuasca again or whatever. But they said it was something that tipped him off on the last play of the game.
So you can't look at the scoreboard?
Well, no, they were arguing that it should have been a delay
night.
a game on that interception, and they kept pointing up at the scoreboard for that because there's that cadence from when it hits 0 from the ump to look up.
Yeah, you get a second.
You get that
Yeah.
second.
Hmm.
But then the next play for the 2-point conversion, it was delay a game. It pushed them back.
Yeah, well, that was legit because what happens is the back judge looks at the clock, looks up, looks at the clock, looks on the ball, and the ball gets stamped. He's fine with it.
Yep.
It happened, and this is here nor there, but Packer fans complaining. It happened in an NFC Championship game a couple of years ago when the last pass to when they got beat. When what's his name got beat? Chris Conte. The play on 4th and 1 from like their own 20, the clock ran at 0.
Yeah.
And they got to run a play, and it was 4th and inches, and would have been 4th and 5 instead, and they would have gone for it.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's just how it is. You get that tick. Which is weird because you think it would just be like a buzzer would go off.
Right, like vibrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be smart.
It's
Like the
weird.
24-second clock?
Shouldn't it be 36 seconds then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's coming with the robo-ump.
Yeah. So I know, but yeah, you're right. That's just how it is. And even when they talk to what's his name, the guy, the ref that I can't remember his name. I'll put Mike Pereira. He's like, that's how it is. I'm like, but it's 0. I mean, it's been like that for years.
So to add to your point, maybe they got into the ref's ear.
Maybe, yeah, and they saw that and then went
and then they were a little bit tighter the next play.
Nobody said what they saw.
Well, the next play was way over.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yep.
It was god-awful.
Yeah, but nobody said what they actually
delay
saw.
a game on extra point. It was terrible.
That's
It
just
wasn't
dumb.
close.
Yeah.
It was just Rodgers saying that they saw something, and they wrote a whole article because Rodgers said something. So, they got to write an article about it.
Overreaction Monday.
Oh, okay.
Las Vegas just put the Jaguars 3-1 to win the Super Bowl.
I know.
You got one? Overreaction Monday?
Well, yeah, it's going to be they need to get rid of Fields and play Trevor Siemian or whatever. That's an overreaction.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Definitely.
I guarantee there were Bear fans around us screaming.
Well, the one guy next to me I couldn't handle.
Oh, that guy was awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how much cocaine and Red Bull this guy did, but it was a lot. It was a lot.
That's the synergy between those two elements, Red Bull and cocaine, is just amazing.
Yeah,
It's like they're fighting inside you.
Yes.
It's like they're just fighting inside you.
It's like when you got the devil and the angel on one shoulder, but with those two, you got two devils.
Yeah.
It's like,
And they're beating the shit out of the angel.
It's like, maybe you should do that. And then you go over to the other one. It's like, yeah, we should definitely do that.
You got an overreaction, Willie?
What was I thinking here? I don't remember now.
Willie left the show like 40 minutes ago. He's been doing something else.
Why not?
You pretty
us?
sure? No, I have nothing. The Lions are going to still win the Super Bowl. That's my overreaction.
That's good.
You out of here?
Whoa, Jesus! There's a real overreaction.
Lucky we got a drywaller for this show.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce though.
Okay.
So, Jason's on his way.
Is the wife home?
Oh, Jason's filling in for you. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
I was getting worried.
I thought the overreaction was going to be the Buffalo guy throwing all his shit again.
That was
definitely an overreaction.
That was an overreaction before.
You got one,
Monday.
Eric?
I just gave you one. The Jaguars are the favorite.
Oh, I
win a
thought you were
Super Bowl.
being funny.
I mean, there's so many different ways you could go. You could go with the Bills. You could go with the Chiefs. They suck. They're done. The Chiefs are done.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, he got leveled.
Wentz is good.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Tom Brady can't move the ball. He's done.
Yeah.
That would be an overreaction.
Remember the last time they told Tom Brady he was done?
That was like 8 years ago.
And they won the Super Bowl.
It was like 8 years ago. Remember they got routed by the Chiefs?
Yeah, they got
You guys
killed
want
by
an
the Chiefs.
overreaction?
Like,
I
he's
gave
done.
you one.
Yeah, but this preseason, Giselle told him he was done, so he's done.
We'll see.
They might be done.
I doubt that.
Yeah,
He's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT.
He's Tom Brady, bitch.
It's Kevin Bacon drawn from somebody's memory.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
He looked so much like Kevin Bacon.
That was awesome.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what other overreactions? Brewers lost to Cincinnati. There goes our season.
I'm gonna go with
They're done anyway.
They're 3-0 and good, but the Dolphins aren't the best team in the league. Aren't.
Yeah.
I think that's over. They're good. They're solid.
I think
but-
most people, especially here, and the guy that just left, would agree that they're not the best team in the NFL.
They're gonna win games though. They're gonna make the playoffs. I picked them to, so I hope.
Throughout NFL history, we've seen teams go 4-0, 5-0, 6. What I was just talking about, the McDaniels Broncos went 6-0.
I haven't got to use this in a while.
And they finished 8-8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. So it happens.
Yeah.
So
That was my overreaction. Aaron Judge is going to break every record. Nobody's ever hit 60 home runs except for Sammy Sosa did it 3 times.
Yeah.
Is he still stuck on 60?
Yeah, 61.
Oh, he did get to 61?
Yeah, because 62 is the American League record. That's the big deal.
Well, I think it's more of the Yankee record for them, right?
Yeah, but it's American League. It's the American League, too. It's both.
That's right.
It's all of them.
In the National League.
How long is the Maris family going to keep traveling?
Well, the Yankees have now, what do they have? 60 home runs, 61 home runs, 61 home runs. They got 3 guys that have hit 60.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Mantle hit 54 and 55.
That is the funny thing, though. Only player to ever do 63 years in a row is Sammy Sosa.
And nobody talks about him like he doesn't even exist.
No.
But Aaron Judge is the greatest thing since sliced pepper jack cheese.
Until someone pays him a bunch of money next year and he hits 20 home runs and plays half the season.
Yeah, I don't even think he's hit 60 home runs in the last 3 years combined.
He's always hurt. He can play. Don't get me wrong. When he plays, he's gonna get the Triple Crown probably on top of it.
And he's not going to win the MVP.
That's a bigger deal.
Oh yeah,
he's not going to win the MVP, right?
Yeah, he'll win it.
I thought they keep saying Ohtani.
No, there's no way. If he's winning it no matter what.
Ohtani in fantasy leagues where you can play him as a pitcher and a hitter, it's unquestionably the number 1 pick. Unquestionably, not even close.
Sure. Yeah, I get that,
but I mean, Judge is his.
I just keep hearing that. I keep hearing people defending, saying Ohtani should win it.
No,
and I don't watch. I mean, I haven't watched any baseball
a
this year.
non-playoff team. No, it's hard. It's a hard argument. If there was nobody else out there,
I can see there's an argument, but it's not a good argument. He won it last year, anyways.
Yeah. And he can't be the face of it. Look, they got a new face of baseball finally.
Good call.
Ohtani can't be the face of baseball.
No, geez.
That's what we've been told.
Yeah, well, I know.
He's only got Judge's 60 home runs.
Oh, he's at 61.
I thought he was stuck on 60.
Says 60 on.
I kept hearing he's been stuck on 60 for about 5 days.
Oh, maybe he's
right?
going for. Oh, eyeing 61. I'm sorry, eyeing 61.
Yeah, he's been stuck for about 5-6 days.
So he needs 2 more to break the record. So, yeah, he could do it
Well,
because our pool is at 700. So this last weekend we didn't talk about that.
It was a good. I mean, I guess we brought him up the other.
Oh, we did talk about last week. He hit him last week. He hit it.
I don't think he was at 700 yet.
Who? Pujols?
No, he just got 700.
He hit 700, yeah.
But he just got it this week.
He hit 2 home runs against the Dodgers.
Game.
They beat him 11-0.
I brought him up. I brought him up because he moved into 4th last week.
Oh,
or the week
that's
before.
what it was. Yeah, you're
so
right.
you got Ruth, Aaron's, and Aaron. I mean
Bonds,
and.
Did A-Rod get to 700?
Yeah, A-Rod was still at 660 or 670.
Yeah, he beat
or
A-Rod by hitting 699 or so.
Okay.
No, 690.
Oh, so
91.
A-Rod's 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so a couple quick notes I wrote down, not to change subject, but Myles Garrett was in a car accident today.
Oh, one car accident.
Hospitalized, but minor injuries.
One car accident.
Yeah.
Really?
AJ Green is out indefinitely with a knee injury.
What's new? That guy's been injured for the last
I didn't
12 years.
even know he still played.
A couple little notes, tidbits I wrote down that I just saw recently. So,
you were doing that. I added up Judge's home runs from the last 3 years. 75, and he hit 39 last year. So he's hit 75 home runs in the last 3 years, and he's got 60 this year.
Oh, jeez.
So, I mean,
yeah,
in the 3 previous years, I mean, so, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems some of these guys are the greatest players ever on their contract here. It's amazing.
Hey, here's an overreaction. I just
Chris
had
Bryant.
one. Just had an over one. The Bears win 2 more games, and Odell Beckham's going to sign with them.
Yeah, I like that reaction.
I mean, you never know.
That's the first guy I thought of when you said that. I was thinking Odell Beckham, but he ain't gonna.
Oh, it's up to Odell though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
he's gonna do what Odell wants to do.
Odell's gonna go. I think he's gonna go be somewhere warm.
Yeah, that's
Rams. Maybe again if they're competing. I mean, there's.
Do you really see him signing?
Maybe Tampa.
Signing in Chicago
Maybe Miami?
in December.
No,
It ain't
they're
happening.
not.
It ain't
They're not
happening.
good enough to sign with. He wants to
Maybe
win.
Miami.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, add the
Because
third.
he's just going to go where he could be successful.
You know what? Let's be. I know he didn't cause no problems that year, but I don't think you need that for that locker room at this point. They're young, where at least the Rams are a little older. They have veterans walking around like Aaron Donald and stuff, where they can tell him, and he. I don't think
he was quiet.
He was fine. And he's always been okay, I guess. He's never been a huge problem. I don't think. I don't know.
Only with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
that was his dad.
His dad videotaping the practices and.
Well, that was
whatever.
That's why you don't want him on your team. I don't think sometimes it's weird if you know
people around him,
especially
sometimes.
Tua does something wrong. He's gonna do the same thing in Tua. I don't know. So, let's real quick look at a couple games for next week for the let's go for the odds picks or whatever. A couple big games. Miami goes to Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football. Bengals are favored by 1 point next Thursday night. Short week at home. That's a good game, actually.
They should be.
It's gonna be a good game. Who do you like in that game?
Who's playing? Who?
Cincinnati. Miami at Cincinnati. Cincinnati giving 1 point to the Dolphins. Who do you guys like?
What's the temp going to be there?
66.
66 degrees.
Our Thursday Night Football's been pretty good.
Yeah, so far so good. I'm a fan.
I'm taking the Bengals.
I'm going to ride the Flippers.
Man, I love the Dolphins. I'm going to take the Bengals.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins, too, in this because I think their defensive line is going to give them problems.
Yeah.
Their defense is playing really well right now on top of it. So I like the defensive line against the Bengals offensive line right now. But you never know. Joe Burrow seemed like he got back the other night.
If Joe can get hot.
Yep. Minnesota, we'll talk about AFC Center. And Minnesota getting 2 at New Orleans. Oh, I'm sorry, and not in New Orleans. They're in London. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Oh, the London starts.
8:30 a.m. start.
Oh, that's fun on Sunday. We can go to Glenn's. He said,
when
football starts."
Oh, yeah. He's going to be cooking breakfast.
Yeah, 8 o'clock in the
Sunday. I
morning.
better look at my Sunday
you
schedule
know what? Just
here.
go right in his backyard and sit in the chairs.
Isn't that funny though? He just
We
made
should
that
camp
joke
out.
like he was going to be funny to us. Oh, you can come over anytime football starts.
He should be
8 o'clock, asshole.
He's on the app. He's on the Facebook app. These guys are such assholes. All they've done is talk about me. What do I have going on Sunday morning?
I don't know, but now I want to come over because I had shit planned, but it's in the afternoon.
We should camp out in his yard. We should camp out the night before in tents.
Oh,
We'll just set up tents. We'll
6
sleep in our own beds, but we'll just set up tents.
No, we'll set up tents. We'll sleep on Scott's couches.
There you go.
I left my sleeping bag up north, anyways. I'll have to be. We'll have to share a bag, Willie.
All right.
So Minnesota minus
What
2
kind of bag?
against New Orleans. Minnesota giving 2 to New Orleans in London.
No, I like Minnesota in that game all the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
They got to win. They're looking
I
bad.
don't know, man. They didn't look good yesterday, even though they won.
Well, the Saints look good?
No, that's the thing. I guess I'll take the Vikings.
I'm gonna take the Vikings too. I guess
I'll take the Queens.
it's kind of a neutral site type thing. So let's see. Bears getting 2.5 from the Giants next week in New York.
Wow.
I'm gonna take
No,
the Giants.
Giants got -3.
Oh, this
Yes.
one's 2.5. I'm gonna take the Giants. Just
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Just because their defense.
I like the Giants in that game too.
Giants.
It's a tough place to play.
Chicago Bears.
Bears.
Yeah.
Bears.
Bears have been keeping it close, so I mean, but New York's tough.
It's
to
because of
play
Jack Sanborn. That's why.
Yeah. There you go.
Because Jackson.
He's going to be the difference on special teams. Watch, we're making fun of it now, and he's going to come up with a big fumble recovery or something.
Maybe you will.
Let's
That'd
keep
be
an
cool.
eye on him.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Maybe I'll get a jersey then.
Another big game this week for the Buffalo Bills. Getting 3.5. Giving 3.5
Giving.
at Baltimore.
Baltimore.
That's what the odds makers think about that.
Wow.
Hey.
You know what? I like Baltimore. I mean, they playing well, but their defense is still giving up too much to teams that aren't very good right now, and I think the Bills might exploit that next week. And the Bills' defense is the best defense they're going to play.
Let's see how healthy. I mean, the Bills' defense wasn't very healthy.
Oliver
last
was out this last. Their defensive tackle, he's a big part of that team. So.
Let's see how healthy they are.
Micah Hyde's out for the year.
Out, yep.
So I'm still going to take Buffalo. Drop it at 3.5. I only home dogs are tough, especially good home dogs. But I'm gonna take Buffalo. I'm gonna ride them.
I'm with you on Buffalo.
Nobody circles the wagons.
No, like the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
I'll take Baltimore.
I'm going to take Buffalo.
Okay. Let's find another one down here.
Buffalo
let's go Seattle.
Soldier.
At Detroit, 6 points. Lions are favored by. They're favored again.
Lions.
Whenever they're favored, I'm taking them.
Yeah, I'm taking
Lions.
the Lions. I'll take the Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
That Seattle team
I'll
looks
still
pretty
kick your
raunchy.
ass.
Let's go Green Bay, giving 7.5 to the Patriots with no Mac Jones. Probably, I'm going to take the Packers.
Yeah,
10-point game.
In Green Bay, you said in Green Bay
right now.
Green Bay.
Oh,
for the first time.
Oh, that was the
this season,
opening line was 7.5. Now it's 10.5.
Yeah,
so it's
10.5
now.
For the first time this season, I'm taking the Green Bay Packers.
And they're saying 70 degrees in Green Bay next weekend, and an afternoon game.
Nice.
And then it'll snow 2 days later. You watch.
Yeah.
Another big game, KC at Tampa on Sunday Night Football.
Well, they have Mike Evans back. So.
2.5-point favorites. And they may even get what's the name back too.
Godwin.
Godwin possibly. I don't know how.
But I tell you what, Evans was a big.
Yeah, missing Evans.
Right?
I mean, he's
a great player.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough game for me. KC's they're both coming off losses. I'm gonna go with the home team. Getting 2.5 to Buccaneers. Tom Brady on points. Tough to pass up.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
You want to pick?
Bucks.
Oh, man. It's a tough one. We got 2 goats. Only one's for real, though. So I'm taking Mahomes in Kansas City. I don't know what I was all over the place there.
Me and my homies.
And the last one we'll do is San Fran giving 2.5 to the Rams at home on next week on Monday Night Football.
Only 2?
Only 2.5. Wait, let me see if I got that right.
That doesn't
yeah,
sound
2.5.
right.
2.5.
The 49ers are giving points to the Rams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, their defense is good.
I know that, but Garoppolo's got the spatial awareness thing. I'm taking the Rams.
Rams.
I'm gonna take the 49ers because they're not gonna play like last week. They're gonna figure out someone. They always have something for somebody. So
Shanahan, he'll figure it out.
He's my favorite.
Yep.
He's my fave. So let's look at this year's standings so far for our
Let's not.
poll. Right now, Glenn's in the lead with he actually has 10 points this week. I'm sorry, he has 9 because this game is not done yet. 9. Jace, myself, Willie, and Ed got 6 right this week, and Eric got 7 right.
Yeah.
Eric, you have 17 for the year, right? 18 for Ed. Willie's at 20. I'm at 22. Jace is at 23, and Glenn is at 24.
How is anybody losing to me? I didn't even pick 1 week.
I suck.
He goes, I suck.
Because I haven't picked the Packers yet. And I finally did.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it for that. So let's move on to one more thing. The White Sox, losers of 6 in a row now.
Are they still in the American
League? We're just stomping on Glenn right now.
They get relegated?
No wonder he
got
left.
swept by the Tigers. No offense to Willie, but
they did.
You know how bad the Tigers are.
Well, they were paper tigers, too.
Yeah. So I don't know. So that's I just want to bring that up baseball wise. We'll talk more baseball in the next few weeks with baseball wrapping up in the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 9 games left.
Yeah. So next.
I'm going to have to watch
We'll
some
talk more
baseball
next
then.
week.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
going to
talk
go
about
stop and
That's
see Pujols, one of his last games. So
Are you?
yeah, I'm going on Wednesday.
Oh, nice. Who you going with?
Amber. And her dad. It's her dad's 75th birthday.
Okay, cool.
You're going to see him where?
Milwaukee County Stadium.
Country Stadium, huh?
I don't know what it's even called anymore.
Sal Bando. Come out to Country Stadium.
Country Stadium. Yeah, that was awesome too. So Willie, what do you got for us? Anything?
Some of my garbage? I got
Yeah,
some
you got
garbage
lots
here.
of garbage all the time.
I do have on this day in sports history. And I actually did it for the week because there were some things that I missed last week that I thought was kind of important. But so on this day, on this week in sports history, in 1922, the former Chicago Staleys plays the first NFL game as the Chicago Bears, and they beat the Racine Legion 6-0 at Horlick Field in Racine, Wisconsin.
That was the first game?
As the Bears.
In
At
Racine,
Horlick Field.
At Horlick Field.
As the Bears.
Oh, my God. You know how many games I've gone to at Horlick Field?
Isn't that
Wow,
crazy?
That's amazing.
I saw that. I'm like, I got to bring that up. Got to bring it up.
That's crazy.
That was on, it'll be on October 1st.
Really?
Wow. I like it. That's a great one.
Well, thank you.
You need to post that on Facebook.
Yeah. I'll let you do that.
On October 1st.
Yeah.
Can I show you something?
Can I take something out for you?
On this day in sports history, Roger Maris hits his 60th home run off Jack Fisher, tying Babe Ruth's record.
People booed him.
Yeah, they did.
And how many games? It was more than Ruth did it in 154, right? Or
I thought it was less than that.
Yeah, and then Maris was past that when he did it.
Right.
So they were like, you got to put that asterisk on there. We'll make a movie about it with Billy Crystal sometime down the road.
Just a matter of time. 1962 on this date, LA Dodgers shortstop Maury Wills becomes the first MLB player in history to steal 100 bases.
And he died.
And he hit 100. He stole 104 that year.
Yeah.
So
he died last week.
Was it?
Maury Wills, right?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw that. Yeah, you're right. I saw it somewhere.
I mean, how many other guys have he not the first to steal 100. Ty Cobb stole
First
like
player in MLB history to steal 100 bases.
Ty Cobb had like 118 or something one year. Because I remember Ricky Henderson broke the record.
That's a lot of steals.
Well,
there is.
Somebody stole. Vince Coleman stole like 130 or something.
Well, here.
That's crazy.
On
you gotta get on base
you don't
that
see
much.
that. You don't
Right,
see
you
that.
have
That's
to-
why it's even
You
harder.
don't see anything close to that now.
No.
Here I got it.
50's outrageous now, like Trey Turner or somebody.
1980, Oakland outfielder Ricky Henderson sets the American League stolen base record with his 97th in a win over the Chicago White Sox, breaks Ty Cobb's mark of 96.
So 96.
96 in 1915.
So what was the 118 he broke when he did it at County Stadium and picked up the bag and held it
Lou
above?
Brock?
You're right.
Yeah,
it was
Lou
Lou
Brock.
Brock's.
Yeah,
You're right. Yep.
Lou Brock.
So that was the National League record.
Where have you been, man?
Ricky just stealing bases, and that's all Ricky does.
Ricky does. Ricky
Ricky
plays
gonna
ball,
do
man.
what Ricky gonna do.
Yeah, Ricky Henderson was the best.
Oh, played until he was like 70.
Yeah.
On this week, on again October 1st, 1932, Babe Ruth's legendary call, sledged by Cub dugout, points to center field before homering into Wrigley Field's bleacher in the fifth inning.
Yep.
You know what else happened on October 1st? Roger Maris hit his 61st home run.
We talked about it.
Well,
Boy,
I'm just getting to that.
pull up a chair and say something
If
you
you
just said
come
1
late to the
minute
table,
ago.
you
Well,
don't
I
get
said
to
the
eat.
60th. This was on the 26th, but on the 60th, on
It was like
October
the
1st.
last. It was
There
like
it
the
is.
last game or two.
Yep.
He hit the 61st.
On October 1st in 1988, Bradley Center in Milwaukee opens with an exhibition hockey game between the Blackhawks and the Edmonton Oilers. The construction cost $90 million, and
Cost that much to tear it down now.
they closed in 2018.
Any other thing else, Chase? We land on the moon.
He's got the same laugh as that guy.
Ben Franklin discovered electricity with a kite.
Oh, wait, I totally thought that was Thomas Edison at first, but no.
He did the light bulb.
Yeah, he did the light bulb. I was like, wait.
He took the electricity and made some
Oh
out of
my
it.
God! Somebody was homeschooled.
What else you got, Willie? 69.
Nope.
Oh.
I do have some film and TV.
Oh, okay.
Well, doesn't Jace have some sort of movie
give
review?
us your review, Jace.
Oh, on Billy Madison.
So this is an 18-year-old kid watching Billy Madison, which is what
is correct.
a 30-some-year-old movie.
Sure.
Is it that old?
I don't look when it came out. I just watched
25.
I don't know if it's that. Yeah, it's got to be.
All
up
right.
there. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that was like Adam
So what'd you
Sandler's
think?
first big movie. Oh, it was awesome.
69.
Never knew where that came from until watching that.
Yeah.
I like the part 2 where he's on the phone with the little kid talking to the teacher.
Shut up! The best, the kid's like, go touch her boob.
Yeah.
Touch her boob? That's sexual harassment, brother.
I pee my pants all the time because peeing your pants is the coolest.
Yeah, 'cause- yeah.
Do you double dare me? Okay.
I think you're going to do your review, but the
Eric,
best scene.
Peeing your pants is cool. I'm Miles Davis.
I'm Miles Davis.
Yeah, it's a great scene.
The best is when they're studying with Chris Farley in the tent, and he goes, "That is correct," and then he takes his top off.
Oh, the principal's an interesting guy too. Principal Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, God.
He's a wrestler.
I like when they're doing the Valentine's Day cards from Principal Anderson.
That's right.
Hey, the best part about the card? P.S. I'm horny.
That's right.
That's classic.
I'm about
Norm McDonald's in
yeah,
there.
that was
Classic.
awesome.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Artie's
Yeah.
in there.
That's right, Artie.
They're just in there for a little bit, but yeah.
They're his buddies, yeah.
All those
They're
guys are
drunk
all
at the pool
dead.
all the time.
They're always drunk. Yeah.
They do the hot poop at the door and stuff, right?
He called the shit poop.
He called the shit poop.
I like. I only know his name from Grown Ups, but Wiley. I don't know his name in real life.
Oh, the guy that.
He's real skinny, old dude.
Oh, it's
Norm Macdonald.
No,
no.
He's in Grown Ups too. He's in the full body
He's
cast.
the ugly guy.
He has the ugly one. They call him Wiley.
Yeah. I don't know his name. I know what you're talking about though.
I just like it. He apologizes to him and crosses off his list of people to kill.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's,
then at the end of the movie, he
from,
saves his life.
From Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire.
yeah.
What's his name? Buscemi.
Yeah.
Buscemi.
Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink.
What do I got to be, Mr. Pink?
He's pretty funny in that movie too.
Shampoo is better. I clean the hair. Oh, conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Quit looking at me, Swan.
I like when they're at dinner too, and he starts talking his gibberish.
Yeah.
Starts screaming at all the guys.
About the penguin?
Yeah.
you see the
too, whenever he's
penguin.
drunk.
Yeah.
Oh no! Look who's here! Like the penguin walks in.
And now you watch him, Adam Sandler. It's all like serious movies, like the
Well, he's at Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. Yeah,
the basketball movie, which
Looky
was good.
who we have here! The penguin walks in.
Walks into the jewelry shop.
Oh gosh,
That's good stuff.
that's good stuff.
It is.
I'm glad you like that one.
So we gave the review. You didn't even give the review. We just
Better than Willie's Old Man movie that he wants me to watch.
yeah,
You have to watch
It's not
it.
that old.
Blue Balls or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet.
What's
Whatever.
the difference?
Has anybody seen it and has any response to it?
No.
Let us know.
Yeah.
8 thumbs down. Someone just put.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
nobody.
kidding.
What
Nobody's
about our
been in
Scandinavian friend?
Nobody's been in prison lately and gets stuck watching that.
Our Scandinavian friend, is he on?
No.
The Norwegian?
Whatever. What was he?
Should be good.
Scandinavian.
Northern Lights.
It's almost time for him to go to work.
Yeah,
it's gotta be
right now to
close.
make it.
I got film and TV. Do you want that real
yeah,
quick?
that's fine. Yeah,
let's do
Real
this.
quick? Okay. This TV comedy series came out in 1962. It's got a song that everybody likes.
What year?
1962.
Okay.
And I think what movie did they they came off of, I think, Andy Griffin. There was a character named
Gomer Pyle.
No, there was the guy liked big bowls of cereal.
I thought you were going somewhere else.
Something else.
Big bowls of cereal. And
Jerry Seinfeld.
he shot something and found oil.
Oh, Jet.
Jed Clampett. Beverly Hillbillies.
Hillbillies.
Yeah.
1962.
Oh wow. I used to watch that. It was pretty good.
That came off of Andy Griffith.
I thought so.
You really guided us through that one.
Yeah.
1964. The sitcom debuted on CBS. It was about a boat.
Gilligan's Island.
Love Boat.
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
you're
sorry.
right.
Great show.
Way off.
Another great. I used to watch it all the time. You love
love
Gilligan's
I
Island.
love
Professor
Gilligan's.
and Mary.
So should we? I mean, can we do is Ginger or Marianne?
Marianne.
Yeah, I think so.
Marianne.
I mean, I won't kick Ginger out of bed for spilling crackers, but
No.
Does anybody say
Like
Mrs. Howell ever?
you do,
Oh my
Hey.
God.
especially after the
No.
concert. Especially after the concert
Hey,
you went to.
You
She
gotta
was
think
there.
about it. Mrs. Howell, she probably could, work it pretty good because she's married to a rich guy. They're usually not just taking some old cold fish,
Yeah.
Cold fish.
Would you motorboat her? You motorboat?
Did I
son
or
of a
would
bitch.
I?
You old sailor, you. You motorboated her.
Yeah, I like the Mrs. Howell. I'm going Mrs. Howell.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
Plus, if she dies, you get all that money from,
How about you, Willie?
Thurston B. Howell
Marianne or
III.
Ginger.
Marion. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody would.
Wholesome.
Well, I'll take Ginger then. You're leaving her. I'll take her.
Yeah, the other one's going to be worn
Someone's
out.
got to get some action.
Marianne's torn up. Thing looks like that old shoe.
Marianne will have IPA spilled on her and dust all over her.
She looks like
I don't want her.
She looks like Mrs. Howell now.
That's what she said.
Hold on here.
Which one am I need?
The blue one.
Okay.
And then in 1969,
69.
this TV sitcom was premiered on ABC.
American Broadcasting
There
Company for
was,
you guys.
How many characters in there? 1, 2, 8, 9 characters.
Was it
The Brady Bunch.
There you go.
Brady Bunch. Oh,
Brady Bunch.
69. Wow.
And
1982.
9 characters.
This action. What the hell you want?
The A-Team you're talking about.
No, it debuted on NBC. It had a famous guy. Famous singer in Germany.
David Hasselhoff, Knight Rider.
Yeah,
Knight Rider. Yeah, that's a great one. I didn't watch that.
I did once in a while. It was okay. It was decent.
What was the name of the car?
Kit.
Kit, yeah.
Kit. I even know that.
And who was the voice of Kit?
Oh, this was said in The Office too.
He was the voice in.
He was a famous like Broadway actor and stuff. I think he was real famous.
But wasn't he the voice also in the guy you never saw in?
Bosley on Charlie's Angels.
No, with the
Magnum
PI.
Oh, it might have been him. Who was the guy? Well, I don't know. What was the guy's name? He's famous. He was in a he was on a TV show for
Higgins.
a while.
He was Higgins.
Yeah,
William Daniels.
Yeah, William Daniels. He was on ER.
Oh yeah.
No, not
yeah.
ER.
I know what St. Elsewhere.
St. Elsewhere.
Yes.
No, was it St. Elsewhere?
It was St. Elsewhere.
Or no,
yeah.
was it Trapper John MD?
No.
No, St. Elsewhere, yeah.
He's on Boy Meets World. He was the principal or
but
whatever.
he was like a huge actor, and he did that voice. Like he was a big like theater guy and stuff. I believe, right? Like I think he was a real big theater guy and stuff. But yeah, he was the voice. Yeah.
He was in Girl Meets World too.
Oh, well, that's different.
He's still alive. Holy shit.
Is that all you got, or
he's 95?
There's birthdays if you want those.
Throw a couple at us.
Okay. Here you go. So I'm doing this week because I did a bunch of birthdays that happened within this week. So this week.
Let's do this right now. Any 69?
No.
Okay, good. So let's get that out of the way.
There wasn't no 69.
Okay. I just got it out of the way.
So how old is Cheryl Teague?
69.
No.
Cheryl, you really are a funny guy, Eric.
Cheryl Teague is going to be 64.
70.
You already guessed. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I guess I did. 64.
75.
Wow,
Ooh.
Teagues.
She doesn't look a day over 64.
Mrs. Howell, who?
Nice.
Heather Locklear.
She's married to Sam Bora. I'm going to say she's 62.
58.
63.
60.
61.
Oh, right around us.
They had her surrounded.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
How about
She is.
Baba Wawa?
Oh, Barbara Walters. She's dead.
Is she?
Didn't she die, Barbara Walters?
I don't think so.
Would you have dead people on
I
there?
think Barbara Walters is
No,
dead.
dead people.
Barbara Walters. Is
Supposedly,
she
the rumor how she got famous was banging all the senators and stuff in D.C., and then that's how she got her job.
86.
I'm going to say 84 came behind him right away.
Say 79.
93.
She's still alive. Yeah, I was like, these are.
Oh, I thought she was dead. Yeah. Okay.
All right. What about Melissa Sue Anderson? Little House on the Prairie.
The older one or young? That's the older daughter.
The older, the blonde. Yeah.
Yeah.
The went blind.
Yeah, she went blind.
Oh, yeah, she did.
In real life?
Not on the show.
Oh.
She has dementia and she's going downhill fast since this past summer.
That's
Barbara Walters.
Oh, Barbara. Oh, I
She
don't
keeps
care
looking in
about
the mirror,
her.
interviewing
Fuck her.
herself.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
She could be dead right now.
Mrs. Howell.
I thought
who?
you meant the girl from Little House on the Prairie. I felt bad.
So I'm going to say
Barbara
she's.
Walters.
Let's say she's 70. That's too old.
No, she's got to be 53.
60.
Ah, 60.
Got it.
9.
Because
I couldn't help myself.
Melissa Gilbert's only a couple years older than us.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
What
she's
about
60.
Because we were all having wet dreams there when we were kids. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Mine were dry.
Once Merlin Olsen. I didn't even want to do it while Merlin Olsen was watching, but you know.
I'm friends with Merlin Olsen. Merlin Olsen. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Jill Whalen from The Love Boat.
Yeah.
Was she the crackhead?
She was a young little girl.
The young one. The little
She was
girl.
also the girl in Airplane.
Airplane with the
That got her-
eggs.
her thing popped.
But
You know,
was
like
she a
star,
crack?
she's
Yes.
And the eggs
Was
kept
she a
coming out of her
crackhead?
mouth.
No, it was Julie, the cruise director, was a crackhead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but the one that
Lauren
the little,
Taze.
the little
Lauren
girl,
Taze.
the little girl was the one in the bed and they were singing and she was sick.
It-
and the one guy
Oh.
spins around, hits her. She's like,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's what.
Aren't they saying this land
Leslie
is my
Nielsen.
land? This
Leslie
land.
Nielsen keeps putting his hand up there, and he's like
pulling eggs out.
It's the same egg. He just keeps taking it in his hand.
Was she the one with the eggs in her mouth too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh, see, we got to guess her age. So she's in an airplane. She's probably
59.
12 in that year. 80, 40. I'm going to say 58.
55.
60.
56.
Oh, we were there.
We should have Jace do Airplane.
Yeah, watch Airplane.
Yes.
Never watched it.
Oh, you have to.
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen, one of the funniest actors
They
ever.
say, "Excuse me, sir, are you a doctor?" He's got a stethoscope on him. Well, yes, I am a doctor. Well, you had a choice in food. It was either steak or chicken. Yes, I remember. I had the lasagna.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am
I am.
serious.
Quick
Stop
call me
calling
Shirley.
So many good. That movie's just full. It's just nonstop.
Yeah, it's
What's
just
it about?
It's a
plane, airplane.
It's supposed to be like a knockoff of Airport, right?
Yeah.
Airport, which is a serious
77 or
movie.
whatever it was, or
yeah,
75.
plane crashing.
It's just so funny.
Yeah, you have to watch
So
it.
should I watch Airport first?
No,
No,
watch
no,
Airplane.
and then
Don't
watch
bother.
Airplane?
Don't bother.
Watch
Just watch
Airplane.
Airplane.
A couple
Airplane.
guys from Milwaukee made this. It was one of their first movies.
Airplane, Naked Gun they did, right?
Yeah.
They did Naked Gun
Yeah, they
movies
did,
too.
yep.
Kentucky Fried Movie.
They do Top Secret too.
I think
Charlie
they did.
Sheen?
I gotta watch.
Yeah, I think
Police
so.
Academy.
Top Secret.
Top Hot Shots.
Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Part deux.
Part
What's that
deux,
called?
yeah.
Yeah.
Top Secret was Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Top Secret was funny
Right?
too. That was another knockoff.
Yeah.
That was another spoof movie, right?
Yeah, Top Secret's
Yeah,
right.
you got to watch Airplane, then maybe watch. You ever watch?
I gotta watch Police Academy.
Ever watch any? Nah.
That's not
You ever
as
watch any
funny.
Naked Guns?
No. What's that
Naked
about?
Gun is the
that the cop?
best.
It's Enrico Palazzo.
Him and another guy are detectives, and he's
Naked Gun is so
he's
good.
a terrible detective.
I watched the
O.J.
one-
Simpson's the other guy.
O.J. Simpson's in it. Yeah.
The one I watched a few
Nordberg.
years ago, where the Angel Stadium.
Yeah,
That's the one.
where's the umpire?
Yeah.
He's dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I,
yeah.
I
And
love
the-
you
the
too,
Queen's in
Nordberg.
it, too.
Yeah, the Queen. Yeah, Queen's in it. Yeah.
I think that's the actual Queen who was in it too.
No, wasn't the real Queen?
Heroin.
She would not be a Naked Gun
She
2.
was. Didn't you guys know that?
Heroin.
Jace
That's
goes,
an awfully tall order, Nordberg.
Hey,
You might
I
have
saw
to give me
Naked
a
Gun,
couple weeks on
and
that.
that was the actual Queen in the movie.
Maybe Meghan Markle would do that, but not the
This
Queen.
is how rumors get started on the Benchwarmers. Don't give us a bad name.
God.
we're not CNN.
Well, she's dead.
I can't believe he said I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Yeah.
We're all over the place right now.
Another birthday?
Yeah, Barry Williams.
Greg
59.
Brady.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
Greg
So
Brady.
that show was debuted in 69.
69er.
54. I'm going to say he's 64.
I'm going to say 70.
71.
68.
Oh, man, we are so close today, but not hitting the mark.
How
I got
about,
one. I
how
got
about our favorite actor, Randy Quaid?
Oh, he's
Jesus.
72.
Wow.
All right.
I guess we can't. The rest of us can't. Can the rest of us still guess? Can we guess?
No.
Yeah, go on. Say it.
He
Say it.
hits it. 69.
69. I got hit with a pen when he got excited.
That wasn't a pen.
I love you too,
In your
Nordberg.
thigh.
The ink tip was out.
Red Rocket.
Wow.
I feel like I had those pens. Do you flip it over and naked lady?
Yeah, like
yeah.
naked lady pens.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to have us all one by next week.
Yeah, if I can find them.
Hey, Amber, we're going to find naked lady pens.
Wake up! Wake up!
I got a job to do tomorrow.
Are they still in your purse?
Hey, I need to look professional. Hey, like this, you get up to the thing. Let me give you your price.
Did you use all those at work?
Check her out.
Wait till I get
Sell
home
me
tonight.
this
Wake
pen.
up! I need to find naked lady pens. Where do I find those?
Amazon.
She's like, hold on, let me call my guy.
She goes in her purse. Here.
Here's 10 of them. I'll give you the guy one back.
Didn't Eric work at that place that makes the naked lady pens?
And stickers.
The stickers?
And you know what? All those naked ladies are all from the Golden Girls.
I know.
Oh, God.
Oh, B. Arthur.
They don't have any on Amazon.
You looked up naked lady pens.
Do they have naked lady tees? Caddyshack.
Can you imagine the B. Arthur ones just like this?
Orange balls.
They sure do.
Naked lady tees?
Oh, they do.
And orange balls. They got orange balls.
Orange balls.
Oh, you buy his hat like that, you get a free bowl of soup. Did you do Caddyshack?
Way to lay a hammer, CD Lamb.
Just
I love
short.
it.
Those ones are nice too because they're rubber tees.
No, I love that wide receiver. He tried laying the hammer on that
He's
guy.
dropped two wide open, easy
that's
big
why he
plays.
Probably all pissed off. Look at this, too.
This guy's ran
Chipping
by.
him.
He didn't even touch him. I'm not going to guard him. No biggie. He fell for the swing pass, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
I didn't even get in. That would have been sweet. Ooh, did he get in? Let's see.
No,
knee down. Anyway, anything else?
One last one.
Okay, go ahead.
Zach Galifianakis.
I'm going to say 50.
53.
42.
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh,
ding,
there you
ding,
go.
ding.
50.
69.
53.
He's cool.
Zach Galifianakis.
It's funny
The guy who
because
I
he's
think
fat.
of, right? What's this guy? Who is this guy?
Oh! I hate when we watch it. Watch this catch.
So now after he dropped 5 balls, now he's catching the
That's
big
why
ones.
they're the best, man.
I like that Dak's on the sideline with a headset on.
Watch this. Oh, he's paying attention. Watch this.
He's ready to roll next week, right?
That's the word.
This is a big time catch right here. If he's in bounds.
Oh, nice.
That's right up there with George.
Yeah.
George.
You know, I was going to bring something up, and I'm not, I want to ask you guys' opinion about this. And I watched, obviously, and I'll ask you guys' opinion. Not change subject. But so during the Tampa Bay game, Packer game, did you notice Tom Brady talking to the receivers and working through things? You watched the game.
No, I was playing golf.
So he was talking to receivers on the sidelines.
We had it on my phone.
And I don't know. I've watched all the Bear Packer game. Obviously, I watched the whole Bear Packer game last week. But it's like Rodgers.
He doesn't do that. No, he doesn't do that.
I mean, he's over there talking to Russell. He's talking to all these guys. Tom Brady's over there. Hey, let's do this. Rookie. That I think the rookie dropped the ball. He's over like, hey, let's fix it. You can see he's trying to.
We'll just take some air out of the ball. You'll be fine next time.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's one of those things that Rodgers, he just sits there and he's not like, unless he's in practice. But you think in the game he'd be trying to adjust with these dudes. I mean, or work
they're all
out.
different though too. You don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe Rodgers gets so zoned in during the games too. I
don't know, man.
I mean, you've seen different kinds of guys in different games.
I've seen clips of Rodgers during practice. He doesn't do anything. He just hangs out by the quarterbacks at practice.
Well, that's his job.
Well, okay, I get it, but like,
But I'm just,
you don't know how he is in the
I
quarterback
bet you if you
room.
go through some film, you'll see him talking to the receivers. It's
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at a guy that's won 7 Super Bowls.
I mean, it's kind of the
How he
same thing they
handles
did to
himself.
Jay Cutler. It's like, look at him, he's an asshole. He's over there pissing him off.
It was. That was cool. I'm fine with that.
Jay Cutler would get mad and he'd just stand on the sideline with his hands in his little pocket
in his
thingy,
pockets.
smoking a cigarette.
Did you have a dad joke tonight? Any dad jokes?
No, I exhausted all mine the last few weeks. I want to hear Willie's. I mean, I could find some.
I got 5 of them, kids.
I got 1.
Ooh, okay. I had some too, and I always forget to tell you guys them. Sorry, I sure am.
And you guys may have heard these already. I can't remember. But what did the elephant say to the naked man?
Oh, Jesus.
Something about the trunk. I don't know exactly.
How do you breathe through that tiny thing?
I gotta.
What?
I don't know. I don't have it up, Willie. So
Willie, try it again. We'll do it in post edit.
Ready? What did the elephant say to the naked man?
Oh man, I don't know.
I don't get it.
How do you breathe through that tiny thing?
That was way better.
What happened? I blacked out.
All right. I threw a ball for my dog the other day. A little over the top, I know, but she looked great in a tuxedo.
I like that one.
I did.
I actually accidentally took my cat's meds last night. Don't ask me how.
Meow. I like it.
Half and half.
When I was made to walk the plank when I was a kid. We couldn't afford a dog.
Wow.
Wrong one.
What do a penis and Rubik's Cube have in common?
A lot of things.
The more you play with it, the harder it gets.
There you go.
What do you got?
So just the other day, I had a close friend call me. He said he was going to legally change his name to Spinal Cord. I said, look, buddy, I'm a bit busy right now. I'll have to call you back.
I like that.
I don't get it.
It sounds like he's just winning Jimmy Kimmel's monologue.
Spinal cord back. I'll have to call you back. So I don't have time to call you spinal cord.
What's the best present you can gift? A broken drum. Nobody can beat that.
I got one. What did the sign on the closed brothel say? Beat it. We're closed.
Today, said the professor, I will be lecturing about the kidneys, intestines, pancreas, and the liver. One med student leaned toward his friend sitting next to him and said, great, we have to sit through another organ recital.
Hey now.
What's yours, Ed?
You got one?
You guys ever shoot your Hey, have you guys ever shot your bow blindfolded? You don't know what you're missing.
Really laughed.
If you're an American when you go into the bathroom and you're an American when you leave the bathroom, what are you while you're in the bathroom?
European. I got it. I got one.
Hit the bell. 69.
69. That's another one. European. I love it. I do like that one. That's funny. I like that.
Why do
European?
I do it to my nephews all the time.
why do Norwegian battleships have barcodes on them?
So they can Scandinavian.
That's my joke, Jace.
We just did it last week.
We've done it the last 5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So you can Scandinavian when they get back to port.
That thing's hot. That joke's hot.
That is hot. That takes the cake. Really?
That's all I got, kids.
That's all you got.
I had 6 of them.
Anything else you guys got tonight?
Yeah. Did you see the NASCAR race at Martinsville?
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Well,
did you guys see it? There was like a meltdown after the race.
No, I didn't.
Tried pulling a guy out of
Driver
his car.
Andrew Grady attacked his rival Davey Callahan during the meltdown at Virginia's Martinsville Speedway. Grady could be seen punching Callahan while he was sitting inside his car. Grady's barrage continued, and then he was kicking the vehicle before being picked up by a staff member and carried away.
Jesus.
Several men were seen trying to calm him down later. So then he goes to all the quotes then, and they interviewed him afterwards. And he goes, he flipped me off, so I started Mike Tysoning his head. At the end of the day, we did really, really good. Car was running fast, but man, you get these dumbasses that come in here and run with us. They have no business running a late model, much less a lawnmower. He wasn't close. He dive bombed me. He hooked me. And I wanted to talk to him, and he flipped me off, so I started Mike Tyson his head. You're in a big boy sport. When you wreck a man, you can take a grown man ass whooping.
Who said this? Who was the two guys?
Let me look at it.
I used to watch NASCAR, not anymore.
That's crazy.
Sounds like Andrew Grady, and then the other guy was Davey Callahan. So Davey Callahan must have been some guy that was like in a lower level.
Yeah. Oh, and
and they moved up, and he wrecked 2 guys.
Ooh.
Callahan,
but this guy beat his
Motorsports.
Yeah, Callahan Motorsports. Yeah, remember Zelensky bought him out?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's right.
I'll take a dump in a box and put a guarantee on it.
Take a dump.
You could shove your head up a bull's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's word for it.
He has no. He
has
has not
no
another
idea.
movie you got to watch.
Yeah, there's another one of Tommy Boy for you.
Yeah, so it was pretty interesting there.
I got a couple dad jokes.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Here we go.
We probably said these before, so let's go. Why did the golfer bring 2 pairs of pants?
Because he had a hole in one.
In case he got a hole in one.
Oh, in case he got a hole in one. I gotcha.
And if 666 is all evil, what's the root of evil?
Ooh.
333?
33.
25.8067. Am I the only one my wife has ever been with? Unfortunately, yes. All the others are 9s and 10s. I'll save some for next week.
Yeah, you should.
That's
you should.
That's okay.
69.
Do you know why the Norwegian... Forget it.
No, let's hear this joke. I've never heard it before.
Well, their naval ships, they like to put barcodes on.
Scan the army in.
Oh, jeez, you ruin it every time.
Damn it, I got to run.
When they get back to port.
And I have it. Would you rather for you?
Oh, gosh.
Would you rather get punched hard in the gut by the person on your left or kissed passionately by the person on your right?
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's every week they go to the Bears game.
Yeah, so we've already done that. Let's try the punching thing this time.
I'm only one, as you guys have heard.
Am
he
I
hasn't
punching
shaved
you?
yet today.
Where? The lawnmower 2.0?
That's all you got there?
That's good enough.
Would you rather have a 3-way with Flava Flav and Terry Hatcher or Ted Koppel and Kelly Ripa?
Flava Flav and Terry Hatcher.
Flav could just like make
Terry Hatcher was
tell
pretty,
jokes.
she was pretty hot back in the day. Kelly Ripa's gross.
No, she's kind of real skinny, too skinny.
I don't know. I'd like to see maybe Ted Koppel watch
Not
it,
back in the day when she was on Dance Party USA. You ever
Was she
seen
on
her?
that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Was she?
Could you imagine though Ted Koppel's in there? It's like, give it to her, good, Ed.
Go, Ed, go.
And then Flava Flav like, yeah, boy!
That's what I would like. It's encouraging.
Hey, 30 seconds.
The
30 seconds. You tore that Lois Lane up.
Oh man, if only Terminator X was there too.
Oh, that's a good one.
Closing thoughts?
Nothing there, Willie.
When Willie's paging through a book.
Is Willie looking through his diary?
Willie's paging through a book. You know we need to wrap this shit up.
Yeah. Did you guys see the Pfizer CEO, Albert Bourla, got COVID for the second time like in a month?
Because he doesn't get the vaccine.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
He
going to
had the
say,
Moderna.
remember the last time Edward Jenner got smallpox? Yeah, no, me neither.
Oh, shit.
Ed, would you rather have sex with Jenna Jameson and get crabs, or have sex with Katie Kirk and get a nice pair of business casual wrinkle-free slacks with solid craftsmanship?
Oh, Jenna Jameson. God, that thing's got to be like...
With the crabs.
It's got to be like 2 skirt steaks just hanging out there flapping in the wind.
Oh, my gosh. Now we need to wrap this show up.
One last question for Ed.
We even lost our Scandinavian listeners at this point.
Can you imagine that? It's like, I love skirt steak.
Like a nice... You want to be able to hold the brisket on both ends and... Oh.
And make the touch.
Full circle.
Or you don't have a good brisket.
Why does it sound like a bloodhound coughing?
Don't trim too much of the fat.
Oh, my God.
Slow cook it at 250 degrees for 16 hours.
Oh, God. Okay.
Let's just a walk off right now.
Yeah,
It's a walk off.
One last 2 questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Ed, would you rather have sex with a woman that has the body of Janet Reno and the face of Angela Jolie,
Or 2 skirt steaks.
or the body of Angela Jolie and the face of former Milwaukee Buck Jack Sigma?
Oh,
I'm going Jack Sigma
all the way, man. That
Sigma all
guy's
the way.
handsome. It's a
It's
handsome
Janet
devil.
Reno. I mean, come on.
You get the body.
Who come
though.
up with that? The body's
You get
there.
the body.
I don't know.
Who's the body again?
For who? Janet Reno?
Jolie's body.
It was Angelina Jolie's body. But
No,
it's
it's Reno's
Reno's
body.
body and
Oh,
Angelina
but
Jolie's
no, the
face.
second one.
But Jolie's body was...
Angeline's body and the face of
Sigma.
Jack
Oh, yeah, I'm
Sigma.
going the Sigma one
Yeah,
all the way.
day.
All day.
All day. Come here, Jackie Poo.
I don't know.
Dude, he was a supersonic.
I'd give him 2 kisses.
Yeah. But you could, nobody said if the head was
He
on.
was a supersonic.
What if it's if the head was on backwards? That'd be even crazier.
Yeah.
Think about that. You don't have to look him in the eyes. You just look into his afro. That blonde afro. Beautiful, beautiful blonde locks.
Would Sigma's
I think I
game?
want- I
Would
think I want-
Sigma's game work in today's day and age?
No.
Yeah.
It didn't work in that day and age.
Wonder what Larry Bird would be like in this day and age.
He'd still be good.
Probably still pretty good. He's
He
like
would. He
Luka,
would
kind of like
he would
Luka
adjust.
Doncic.
Yeah,
He'd be able to
probably.
shoot
A
more
better,
from
a better
outside.
shooting Luka.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. This
Jesus
is dead.
Christ.
Now we have dead air here.
Even,
Let's just
even
wrap
the
this shit up.
jokes are on a recession right now.
Why don't we do this off air?
Yeah.
Would you rather be found attractive by all members of the opposite sex but secrete copious amounts of steak sauce when aroused, or
I do that now.
or have genitals that permanently taste like chocolate, but have all of your offspring be exact clones of Walter Matthau?
Jesus. I was gonna say the chocolate thing because that'd be a killer.
Yeah.
I used to tell girls that anyways.
I got a curfew.
Tastes like
tonight.
chocolate. Come on, go down there.
So, Ed, how about some closing thoughts?
That was my closing thought. If I had chocolate genitals, I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys. I'd be hanging out with Walter Matthau.
I was going to tell you guys a time traveling joke.
Okay,
but you don't like it.
Oh, you already know, huh? I see. I see you working there.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Closing out.
Good show.
That's good.
Willie.
We had a long show today.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
show. Yeah.
dragged
2.5 hours.
Lot to
something
catch
like
up on.
that? Yeah, we did. That was good. It was a good show. Lots of fun.
Lot to catch up on. Now I must turd.
A lot of hot air.
It's
Little
warm
bit of
down
dead
here.
air.
Normally it's cold.
Yeah.
So, all right, enough for the dead air. That's all I got to say.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Any closing thoughts, Jace?
Did you guys see Doug Peterson tied Urban Myers for 5th all-time and most wins by a Jaguars head coach?
I like that. That's
Nice.
good.
That's a great fun
That's
fact
a
right
walk-off right
But
there.
you want to know? Urban Myers still has more kickers kicked.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Did we talk about
Probably. Who?
Ime Ndoku?
Oh, we never talked about. Yeah, we didn't bring up the coach of Boston Celtics.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got a whole thing right here.
He's married to Nia Long. I didn't know that.
Love You Long?
Probably not
Nia,
any-
the actress.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Probably not anymore.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Also-
Who's going to coach now?
The backup, the assistant coach. And this is the fun fact about it. When he was the head coach at West Virginia a few years ago,
Ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight.
he was there's a suspicion of aggravated assault.
Oh, really?
Sexual assault, domestic violence.
What is with Boston area coaches being suspended for 1 year for malicious things? Like Alex Cora and Adurja Baduko. What'd you say his name was?
Ime Ndoku.
That's the one. I mean, there's been a few of them now, and they just get suspended for 1 year. It's like, hey, it's Boston. They'll accept
It's
them
a
back
melting
next year.
pot.
That was the Celtics who suspended him, not the NBA.
Right,
Their
but-
code of conduct that he violated.
I'm surprised.
And this
Stevens-
woman that he was
Stevens
hooking
isn't
up with
gonna-
was married as well.
Yeah.
Well, and this is even better, too. Some members of the Celtics organization first became aware in July of the intimate relationship between Eamon and the female employee. Why 2 months later the Celtics suspended him? No one knows why. So
Well, they had-
it was
they had to do an
known as
investigation.
supposed.
What's his name was on? I was watching an interview with. I can't remember his name. He's an NBA player. Who's the? Is it Barnes?
Matt Barnes, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Matt Barnes.
Chris Barnes? No,
Matt-
who is the?
Matt Barnes is a former player.
The guy,
he's
The
a
Barnes is all tatted
Harrison
up.
Barnes?
Harrison.
No. It's the guy that used to play for. He played for the Cavs.
Did he the Kobe flinch?
Yeah.
That's Matt Barnes.
Okay, Matt Barnes. I believe it was Matt Barnes, and he actually said he just was talking on a interview, and he's like, it was like, look like he was in his kit and on his computer talking this interview, and he's like, the funny thing is, this happens at every level of the NBA. It happens with owners, general managers, coaches, trainers, players. This all happens inside the organization. So he just says it's kind of a odd thing.
It's just who gets caught.
Yeah, basically, he said it happens all the time. This isn't like a odd thing to happen. I mean, you work together, and I guess
Shit
stuff
happens.
happens.
They
Yeah.
probably suspended him because the lady was gonna go spread a story about it.
Well, I think,
They wanted
like
to
I
get in front
said,
of it.
Chicago is in Illinois. It's against the law. You cannot have an affair at your place of work.
Oh, you're telling me this now?
Yeah, it's against the law. It is that you can lose your job because someone at one point sued a company because
and
you cheat on your wife at work because it's the company's fault.
And we know people from Illinois or worked in Illinois
Yeah.
that this has happened to before.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. You can't, it's against the law. So maybe they have the same law in Massachusetts. It's very possible.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, it's
But to hold the
'cause
company
you-
responsible for your discretions, it's you're supposed to go there and work. It's not my problem. If you want to, as long as you're not drunk or high at my job or whatever, not doing it in the office, I guess you do what the hell you want, I guess. But
But the problem
you're
is
breaking up a
once-
marriage, and you can.
well,
yeah.
once a guy who's in charge,
Yeah, that's true.
It's, they
Almost
feel
that-
an obligation. When
That's
it
what they're
happens
trying
the
to
other way,
stop.
nobody cares. But yeah,
Well, it's either way, I think it's.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's just no different than a lady teacher with her 18-year-old boy student. It's the same thing. I mean, you have power over them, even though it doesn't look like it. Or
Yeah. So that
you're
I
an
forgot to talk
authority.
about. I think that's good.
we actually had not far from here a prison guard, a woman prison guard was having sex with one of the prisoners, and bringing in contraband and stuff. And
Well,
she's facing some big
Well, a few months
prison
ago,
time.
that one that took off the guy in where was that?
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Well,
And they're facing like huge prison time because that guy's a victim essentially. Because she didn't have to do it. And,
Yeah, well, no. Hell
she's in charge.
Yeah. So, Willie, you have a closing? You're all done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys all good?
I'm done.
Yeah, Bradley's been.
What's your coat say? Oh, Ryder Cup.
President's Cup.
It was almost President. No,
Ryder's Cup.
It was almost a year ago. I mean,
Yeah, it was a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, same weekend as the President's Cup is. Yeah.
So, good job tonight, guys. Good show. NFL Week 3 is over, pretty much, getting close. And then we'll be talking about more of NFL next week, hopefully more about the MLB playoffs. And whatever else comes up, more
Yeah,
dad
we'll be talking
jokes.
about Justin Fields' 3-touchdown day.
Justin Fields. Well, yeah, we'll see.
Jalen-
It's Monday night.
Overreaction.
We'll be watching
Jalen
Monday night.
Hurts, Justin Fields, same guy.
Have a good night, guys.
Hey, goodbye.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
Like give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
It feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good.